Welcome to the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium for live, totally free footage of this evening's Middlesex Senior Cup tie between Hampton Richmond Borough and Spelthorne Sports. It's been 64 days since the last live game of football here at the Beveree. It's almost like things have returned to normal, Seb.
It is, Matt. It is, Matt. I mean, only the other day, last Monday, me and you were sat at the Jolly Coopers, one of our keen supporters for Hampton and Richmond Borough, sat in the pub garden. It did feel like we were getting back to normal. Again, we've got some football, so again, it does start to feel back to normal. Obviously, the fans aren't here, so that's unfortunate. But we do feel like we're getting closer and closer. So, we've got some proper football. There's absolutely no VAR here tonight. There's absolutely no VAR, and it's totally free. And it's a bit of cup football. And, you know, with the academy team making up most of the first team squad, so it's a chance to see some new, fresh faces if you haven't seen it before. For Hampton and Richmond Borough. So it's an exciting evening, and they played on Saturday against Hanworth Villa, and the boys acquitted themselves really well. So they go into this game with a lot of confidence and a chance to, you know, make some history of their own. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Matt, we're all set for a big game. But come on, you Beavers! For some football, Matt. It feels, as you said on that thing there, it feels a bit normal, doesn't it?
It does. It's
strange, though, because it's been a while.
It's strange, yeah. We're slightly hungover and we're at a live football match, which is a pretty good thing as far as I'm concerned. But it's good to be back. 64 days, I think we said on the opening part there. And as I say, it's really good to be here. The Beveree is looking, well, when does it ever not look good?
Well, it doesn't. It looks good in the spring sunshine. The trees, the leaves are starting to come through as well, so it always does look good. But yeah, it's the Middlesex Senior Cup today, and we've got Spelthorne Sports, Hampton and Richmond's third ever time they've played Spelthorne Sports, the first time at the Bev. So we've got that to look forward to. We will give you some team lines news in a minute. It's mainly, predominantly academy players. And as a result of that, we spoke to the academy manager, Steve Bates, who I'm sure some of you are familiar with. But I did a sit-down interview with him yesterday, and we just thought we'd play it all, actually, to be honest, because it was such a good interview. And Steve really brought across, the great things of the academy and what the academy's trying to do, and this being one of those sort of next stages in that journey. So, yeah, we've got a nice 20-minute interview here with Steve Bates. You might think 20 minutes, I'll go and get a cup of tea, but it is genuinely really interesting and gives a great insight to what Steve and the academy are trying to do at this football club. And I think also it tells you how joined up the football club is. So, yeah, I will leave you to hear our discussion with me and Steve any minute now. So, Steve, tonight we've got Spelthorne Sports in the Middlesex Senior Cup. How excited are you for, to put the academy players into action against a decent side?
Very, very excited. We had a run out on the weekend, Seb, as you well know, and the boys acquitted themselves pretty well. We're in a development situation in the academy, but one of the things that we need to be able to develop and to help the boys grow into senior level is a winning mentality. So as well as we did against Hanworth, we've now got to make the next step up. And I think for me, that when Gary put the faith in the group, then we need to be able to do that and show and repay that faith with the performance and the effort and the processes. And if we do that, then hopefully that can take us to the next round. And the boys have a great opportunity, a really great opportunity that, someone might stand up and grab their opportunity and who knows where it takes them.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt to me on Saturday against Hanworth that some of those players did step up and take the opportunity as well. You've got Fabs there, obviously, from the first team. You've got Mark there as well. So,
it felt like a first team game in a number of ways. So do you think some of them rose to the occasion a little bit there?
Yeah, I do think that some of them rose to the occasion. I think we purposely set out to stifle Hamworth, and in fairness, I think Hamworth, if the season wouldn't have been curtailed by Corona, they're travelling this weekend down into the Vars, last 32, I think. I think they were one of the favourites of the league that they were in, and I think they'd put a side together there that's. I mean, listen, Michael Kamara, I think, has won the Conference South 3 times, and I appreciate that Michael is maybe in the later stages of his football career, and I don't mean that rudely, but that's a quality and a calibre, and if our midfielders can't learn for the way that he conducts himself, communicates, moves the ball, plays off less touches when the appropriate time, the guys will have learned. And so, yeah, I think 1 or 2 steps up. The next step up is to go and put their impression, their character on the game. So I thought sometimes in possession we were slightly timid and not as brave as what they might be in their, appropriate settings, if that makes sense. So it's all part of the learning, and we will do some work on that, and hopefully we will cause some problems and look like scoring tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And it's obviously been, like everyone at the football club, it's been a truncated season. How difficult has it been that, you haven't had they've missed a hell of a lot of football, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we had a conversation. We were very fortunate enough to play AFC Wimbledon the other evening, which was a great night, and Wimbledon sent a group down and some youngsters, but with 6 of their coaching staff. I mean, they paid us an awful lot of respect, and we worked out that maybe a lot of those boys at Wimbledon had maybe had 600 contacts and 150 games, give or take, together. And unfortunately for all of these young people, but, dealing with our academy guys, they've missed a whole season. So that's a whole Isthmian League season, a whole academy division in the conference, in the National League, and, probably maybe 100 games potentially. In the 2 leagues, what with friendlies and cup competitions, it's an awful lot of football, allowing for the fact then we have 3 training sessions a week, plus our strength and conditioning and, et cetera, et cetera. It's an awful lot of contact time. And I don't always think it's just the technical ability, Seb. I think sometimes it's that social, that psychological corner, that building of a team that needs to happen. So we're grateful for the opportunity we've been given now at the back end, where we would generally be coming to the end of our season. So, we'll grab this with both hands and try to run with it and hopefully, firstly, make themselves proud. The club are treating them like first team players this week. I mean, there has been no stone unturned. I mean, we're not going into this game just for a game on the pitch on a Wednesday night. We're going to do our best to try and get a positive result.
Yeah, exactly. And I know, Steve, obviously I've spoken to you a number of times over the last 18 months or so, but is this another sign that, the academy and the first team and the club as a whole are much more united than perhaps they would have been a few years ago? Yeah,
listen, I think we started to get it aligned, and then for one reason or another, it sort of maybe drifted apart. And then when Gary came in, and it takes a little while, I guess, for trust to be built, for relationships to grow and all of that sort of stuff, and people to understand. And Gary's been the most supportive. He really has. I mean, between Gary and the chairman, and yourself really, Seb, I mean, we get treated very, very well. I think people can see that we're trying to pull in the right direction, the same direction as a football club, and I don't like this term that I think Alan Dowson adopted, where we were a village team. And Gary and I had a long conversation recently about that, about we make the best of what we've got. And, Gary's showing great support, and Gary's team and staff. I mean, Mark Finley's setting programs for boys and making himself available for anyone that's got any niggles and bits and pieces. I mean, the club's starting to really pull in the same direction all round, and in every facet of it. And I think it's important for that. So, when the girls are doing, and the gentlemen, I suppose, but, Tracy and her team are doing the food bank, these boys are here and trying to help and do their bit and equally along. And I think if everybody pulls in the same direction, I think the club, I'm really excited about the immediate future and the long-term future of it. I think the academy has a potential to grow and be very proud of some of the players that come from it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I know. Just my own experience. It's been really good. And even Saturday was lovely. It was great to watch. Really, I mean, the players were really giving it their all, and you can see that there's a bond, and hopefully that can transfer tonight, and we'll see what happens tonight against Spelthorne. But yeah, you've got that chance, and Gary will obviously be here, and so will the staff. So is it an easy sell to the players that this is a first team game essentially?
Well, funny enough, I'm not sure it is such an easy sell. I think. Listen, I think one of the greatest things about youth is you don't always consider or understand where you are.
Yeah.
But Gary will trust in me, and it's great. He, as I said, I just can't be grateful enough. The whole group, they let you in and to their inner secrets, and you try to take on board. And every day that I get to be around that, I learn something to hopefully, move the academy slightly further forward. And we're all working for the same end. But, they're going to find out how demanding Gary is in the right way. From set pieces to bits and bobs, all of the stuff that Gary demands from his senior players, he may well react or may well talk to people in a slightly different tone and because of that relationship building. But he's going to expect the same high standards because he expects it all the way around the club. He's setting the benchmark for us. He works hard and he wants his staff, his players around the club to do that. So I think, very exciting. I'm not sure the boys realise, not the enormity of it, because I don't want to make it bigger than it is. And it's a game of football and, they've got to go and express themselves. But I think, I think maybe on Thursday or Friday they'll realise what they've been fortunate enough to be part of and hopefully be looking forward to the next round.
Yeah, hopefully, exactly. And yeah, of course, we're covering it as a first team game. We've got the we'll be filming it, and this is obviously this interview here is for the stream beforehand. So they'll be on YouTube and they can tell their friends and family that they're going to be on the telly, so to speak.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, Seb, we've all lived through a really strange year and difficult years for some people. I mean, I'm very fortunate, touch wood. I've not been affected personally, really tightly by this terrible, last year. But these boys, as youngsters, their nans and granddads who may have come and watched them over the years, can actually watch them live on the telly on Wednesday night, tonight. And so, all of that extended family that you've missed, and it's all part of the social growing, isn't it? Their friends and all of that sort of stuff. And so, I think, as I say, after the Thursday or the Friday, they'll realise the enormity of it. And when they click on the club's YouTube channel and they see that it's up there forevermore, they'll also be getting, it's a senior game. They will also be capped for Hampton and Richmond. Yeah. They will go into Les's black book.
They will, yes.
Into the corridors of history to suggest that they've all played at that level.
Yeah.
Which is, I still reminisce about when I did.
Well, I'd like to.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. And it's only sometimes with age you realise about how lucky you actually were. And obviously, as we just said, with the excitement of youth, sometimes you don't even think about it. And so, brilliant for them. But I have no problem with the boys. I think that they'll perform. Yeah. And as I say, now I want to see them express themselves a little bit more and be a little bit more adventurous and not be so safe in maybe what they're doing. And to show the skills that some of them, have got. I honestly believe there's some very, very good footballers in there.
And I'm just going to touch on them a couple. I know it's not always the best thing to single some players out, and I know Gary's not a particular fan of it, talking about things seeping through the club. But just out of it, if people are going to be watching this and not know who some of the players are, they might, know of names and things like that. But I suppose someone like David Amate, who has been in and around the first team training and the like, I think he's been on the bench a few times as well.
Yeah.
But someone like him, he's a very talented player, isn't he? And he's, what is he? He played centre defence the other day. Is that what? He can play a number of positions.
Yes, he sometimes last year we got him. He went out to loan to Westfields and he played at right back. And I think he probably sees himself as being a right back as his best position going forward. Often with the development of it, Seb, we try to play the boys in different positions to give them a better rounded feel of the game. He's getting to the stage in his career where he probably needs to specialise as such. But if we use an example in the first team, we have Sam Cox, who plays centre midfield, maybe right back. Luke Ruddock, who sometimes plays inside or right back. Yeah. Rue, he's left wing to centre back. So I think that the way that football's developing, if I look at my day, Phil Neville was a player that I think was very, very underrated because he could play in numbers of positions. And I think that that's the way that football develops. So I think David will benefit going forward over the years. I think David has a real chance to go forward. And I think he's grabbing his opportunity. Young Ryan alongside him will also. Yeah. The pair of them, they've got a great friendship and they play well together. There are one or two in the group as well that we've got. Danilo is a very tricky winger on that side. And we hope to keep them here with us next year, into their third year of their development and help them to grow and support them to grow. So we'll be looking at some of those boys to really step up though, because let's be fair, in the next 8-10 weeks, I guess pre-season starts in earnest. And if Gary invites you in, which is the aim, the drive of the academy, to funnel those boys into that, then you start at a level playing field with everybody else that comes through the door. And the one thing that I've found with Gary and his team is, A, they believe in youth, and B, reputation doesn't get you in the team, performance does. And so you turn up on whatever it is, June the 26th, I think, or, the date that pre-season puts in, you will start at that one.
Yeah.
So if your physical stuff is in the right place, your technical stuff is in the right place, and you apply yourself the right way, which, the world could be your oyster as such at Conference South level.
Yeah, well, exactly. And talking about that, like you just mentioned there, some of them are coming to the end of their second year. There's the option for a third year thing, but obviously you're already looking at, you're not already looking, but you've already got people for next season's team. And the academies, it's a constant process, and it's something I didn't realise, obviously, until you look into it. It's a constant process. There's players in and out. There's different teams at different, different leagues. There's a lot going on for you to look after. Yeah,
we've done a lot of our work already, and we've been very, very fortunate through this sort of COVID year, and we're in quite a healthy place with some really nice young footballers. We went away and, we played Bromley last week, the first week of half term, which is the first time we've ever taken our under-16s group. We do have ambitions, and I'm not sure if it will now be this year, but it will certainly by next year, that we intend to start development centre and an elite centre for feeding into this sort of stuff. We have a first year group.
Sorry, just to clarify, development centre is like 15s, 14s.
Yeah, 15s, well, we hope to go 12s, 14s, and 15s. So we're hoping to get 3 teams playing in the Junior Premier League. I mean, that becomes for the future, but our ambition as an academy is to widen our pyramid base, if you like, funneling up with the point of the pyramid, playing out there for the first team, and the club's ambition is to be in the National League the season after. So, goodness gracious, if you don't want to get on that journey, then you're a young person with, not the right ambition for the club, if that makes sense. Because we want the guys to want to believe that they can play first team football. We also need them to realise how hard it is. But so it is a constant evolving situation, Seb. we've got those groups coming in. We deal with this group. We have some going out. We offer a 2-year course and a NCFE extended diploma, which can take you exit routes to America, to university, to higher levels of football. We are now offering a 3rd-year course in gym instructing and personal training, which is nationally recognised. So hopefully then we can just stay with the boys for a little bit longer. They can stay with us and grow on their pathway and develop and support all the things that are going forward in the football club.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose the last question, like you said, you've mentioned it, you want to get in the next round, don't we? Because, I think it's a quarter-final, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope I've got that right. It's the quarter-final, get in the semi-final, then who knows, don't you? I mean, it's a real opportunity, isn't it?
Seb, as I mentioned a point before, listen, the academy is to develop young people, young footballers, and prepare them for the next stage in their life and the next stage in their football. But one of the preparations that we need to develop is a winning mentality. And the stronger that is, the better and the more confident these people will be, young boys will be, when they leave here into there. Because just refer back to the same thing. When Gary invites them into the changing room and they walk into Charlie Wassemer, Alan Julian, Dean Inman, Nico Muir, Sam Deadfield, they've got to be able to hold their own, both confidently as young people, but secondly as young footballers. So, we work hard for it. We've got lots going on. I think we're a very fortunate place. As I said, the support from the football club is outstanding. And I'm on my travels, I'm not seeing as many football clubs put as much effort into what Hampton and Richmond Borough are now into their academy and the development of their young people. So, yeah, onwards and upwards, and hopefully with a win tonight.
Well, that's good. That's good. Very good to hear. And hopefully, as things are starting to turn back to normal, maybe next season there'll be more games here and the fans can come and watch the academy, can't they?
Yeah, love to. We've got some stuff, as I say, just at the moment is not the right time to come and watch, but it will happen soon. Next season, we will hopefully be playing out there. We're in the FA Youth Cup, the Isthmian Youth League, the National League Academy Division, and we're considering going into another football league as well, just because our reputation is growing because of what goes on here. And we're almost at a position where we need to be running 3 development teams, and that makes it even easier for everybody because everybody gets their minutes on the grass and to move along. Because, as I said, exit routes go to university, to first-team football, to American scholarships. There's an awful lot of good stuff going on here, and I, for one, am very proud, and I believe that the club are proud as well of what's going on.
Yeah, I can definitely concur from that, from a board level. Brilliant. I suppose, Steve, final thing, if there's anyone that is interested in joining the academy, they email you.
Yeah, you can contact academy.manager@hamptonfc.net or our social media channels, either on Instagram and Twitter. And if you drop a message on there, you could go to the main club website and it will find its way and I will be back in contact with you. But yeah, if you're year 11, year 12, and you want to study, get a decent education, a very good education, and give yourself the opportunity to play football at the highest level, I think this could be a place for you.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Steve, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much, Seb. Cheers.
We're still recruiting in the academy.
Yeah.
So if you're year 11 or year 12, if you can play football, and if you really want to push on, the boys get to train with the first team when Gary needs support on numbers, to manage around all of that sort of stuff. They train 3 times a week and they play games Wednesday afternoons or one evening in the week.
Okay.
We study an extended diploma in sport and exercise, which equates to 3 A levels. So the education is right up there. Exit routes to American university scholarships, English university scholarships, into the first team. Well, we play at the highest standard outside of the professional leagues. It's an education program, so essentially the boys study either in the morning or the afternoon, depending which year group, and then training is at lunchtime. The email for any questions really is academy.manager@hamptonfc.net.
And that was a great interview, wasn't it, with Steve Bates, the academy manager. It's genuinely. Yeah, it was good to. That's why I wanted to show you in full, because Steve said some great stuff, and I think the key thing about all this is that the club and the academy and everyone, the first team and everything like that, we're all coming together, and we've had to over the last year or so, and even more so tonight. So, yeah, great. Thanks to Steve for giving his time there, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And quite rightly, if you do know anyone, year 11 or year 12 people that want to get a good education and a good football education, then please do tell them, because it's a great experience. And who knows, your friend or your son might be on Radio Beaver, the Beavers YouTube channel. But anyway, moving on to tonight's game. Obviously got Matt alongside me, but we've also got academy goalkeeping coach and Beavers #1 Alan Julian. Jules, thanks very much for joining us.
You're welcome, Seb.
Yeah, and so what have you been? You've been keeping yourself busy, haven't you, in recent weeks? Tell us all about that.
Yeah, I've been obviously now involved with the academy coaching there, which is brilliant. I'm delighted to be part of that. Steve asked me. I was doing one of my cycles, which I'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
But I was going past the ground and we had a little chat, and he got me involved, which is great. To be honest, you know what I mean. I love my football, and to be honest, I love it at this football club. So to helping them's a real good thing to be involved with.
Yeah, and you mentioned the cycling there. You're not just cycling to get from A to B. You're doing something for charity, aren't you?
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. So I wanted to keep fit. First and foremost, you know what I mean? I wanted to keep fit. The gyms were shut, the football stopped, everything like that. So I was like, right, I'll just get myself a bike and get myself fit. And then I've really got into it, to be fair. And I thought, you know what, there's something I wanted to do for a number of years. When my son was born, St Peter's Hospital, the neonatal children's unit down there were fantastic with him. So it was a little way to say thank you. It's only a small part, obviously, but a little way to say thank you. I've set up a fundraising page, a Just Giving fundraising page. I've got to ride 800 kilometres in the month of April. Yeah. So
where are you up to now?
I'm just over 350 something. I think I am.
Right.
So
right, I see.
400 something to do. So we'll get there. We'll do it.
Brilliant. No, that's great. And what we'll do, we'll put the link up in our YouTube comments. We'll also put it on our social media as well, which we have done. And if you can help a great cause and help support Hampton's #1, that would be much appreciated. But I suppose we should probably go to the teams in a minute. But Jules, just a quick one on the goalkeepers. You've worked with the goalkeepers. You got Cam is the goalkeeper tonight for Hampton and Richmond, and obviously Patrick on the bench. There's some good young keepers there, aren't they? Yeah,
they're great lads. I mean, one thing that I would say about them is they want to learn. Do you know what I mean? When you speak to them, they listen. Whether they agree or not, but they listen, and as long as they do that and they're willing to learn and willing to try things, I think you've always got a chance to help them. It's not just the technical aspects of it. I think it's the mental aspects of goalkeeping, which is really important as well, which I try and put into my coaching, which I can help them with. So dealing with mistakes and preparation, all that kind of stuff. So listen, they're good goalkeepers, and I hope they sort of do themselves justice tonight.
And is that something you want to be doing longer term? Obviously, I don't want to get you to retire too much after your performances this season for the first team. But is that something you're looking to do longer term? Just goalkeeping coaching, or no dreams of being a manager or anything like that?
No, wouldn't want to be a manager. So, to be honest with you, no. It's hard enough looking after myself on a match day. Never mind 20 players. So no, I have no ambition whatsoever to be a manager. But a goalkeeping coach, I'd love to be. Yeah. It's what I've been involved in all my life, football. So, and I love it. So I'd love to sort of try and help pass on what I've learned and picked up along the way. So yeah, definitely.
Apart from Dave Smalley, who's been the best goalkeeper coach that you've had?
Oh, pressure. People might be listening.
Or one of the ones you really learnt something from?
Do you know what? They've all been good in their own way. Some have helped me when I've been low on confidence. Some have been fantastic coaches. But I've got to say, probably Glyn Schimmel at Bromley.
Yeah.
He's at Millwall now. So he was fantastic, and you know what, a friend of mine now. Away from being a goalkeeping coach, he was a friend of mine. He helped me through some difficult times off the pitch, to be honest, but a fantastic coach, on the pitch. So he had it all. A great guy.
And obviously Gary, we got Gary, Gary and Steve. Obviously Gary's in, it is a first team game, so Gary is the manager, but we obviously be ably assisted by Steve Bates. It's good to see Gary sort of, tracksuited up, and no doubt you'll be able to hear him even from where we're sat now, won't we?
Yeah, definitely. That's while I'm on here, actually, I have to apologise for my loud voice on every home game, which I'm sure people might have heard. I apologise for that, but during the 90 minutes, I've got a job to do, so I hope people understand. But yeah, I'm sure we'll hear the gaffer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I suppose We should go to the teams in a minute, but yeah, thanks very much, Jules, and we will ask Jules obviously for his expert opinion during the proceedings, and obviously it'd be great to have that. But yeah, Matt, are you excited?
I am excited. I mean, I actually had a quick question for Jules, and it sort of linked on to the previous point. And I mean, these lads are what, Jules, 17, 18? I mean, cast your mind back. I'm going to say many years, but it's a few. I mean, how do you prepare? Based on the experience that you've had over the last 20, 30 years, what do you tell these guys to do to prepare for a game like this? I mean, you've got the first team manager watching here. These guys are youngsters. They're going to want to improve, and we've seen one or two of the players make the bench, or certainly in pre-season friendlies. But some of the players out here today have got a lot to prove. And how do they prepare mentally for it?
Well, do you know what? That's a big point you made. Like the first team managers here, and you're right. Going back to when I was sort of younger, and you'd play a reserve fixture or something, and the first team manager or the first team coach should be there. It adds that, the first team manager's here. You get a little bit excited, you get an extra bit of nervous. Do you know what I mean? But what I'd say to the boys is, look, you've got an opportunity to make an impression here. Do you know what I mean? The gaffer's there, watch him. Go out there and grab it by the horns. Do you know what I mean? You've got an opportunity, and he might. You have a good game tonight. It's in his mind. Do you know what I mean? So don't waste the opportunity. Definitely, that's what I'd say to them.
Yeah. Wise words. Words.
Definitely. I think that Steve has mentioned that, and we played Hanover Villa on Saturday, and the guys really acquitted themselves well against a team that are playing the FA Vars last 16, I think, this Saturday. So and only lose 2-0, and one of those goals was a fantastic goal by Paul Merson's son. A real element of quality, which even if we had the first team out, would have struggled to deal with it. Although saying that, with Jules next to me, I'm sure you'd have had a word to say about that. But it was a good game, and it's largely the bulk of that team that is making up that lineup tonight. So, in goal we've got Cam Zane. Number 2 we've got Owen Walsh. Number 3 Alfie Shortland. Number 4 Dan Lewis. Now then, number 5, Ryan Juju, is it? I think, yeah.
Not quite.
Not quite.
No, I'm going to go with Juge. I think
Juge,
it is.
Sorry, we did ask him as he was coming out, and I've completely forgotten. Number 6, David Amate, who was in and around the first team squad and on the bench a couple of times during the season. I would say he was a standout player the other day against Hanover Villa for both teams, actually, to be fair. Certainly someone to watch there. Danilo Carvalho, which. I think the FotMob app said he sounds like a football manager player, which he does. Let's hope he plays like a football manager player. Number 8, Will Goddard. Number 9, a familiar face, Raz Coleman, from first team football. So you'll recognise him. All of the experience will be much needed for the players around him. Number 10, Mark Leopard-Smith, and number 11, Miles Tapper. I think it might be Miles Tupper, but I don't know. I can't. I'll double check that. Number 12, Zach Bahiri. Number 13, the reserve goalkeeper, substitute goalkeeper that Jules has been working with, Patrick Nizik. Number 15, Charlie Hopkins. Number 16, Jay Hines, and number 17, Ryan Suki. And yes, Matt, I'm going to pass you on for the Spelthorne Sports side. On
to the visitors. Okay, so in goal for Spelthorne today, you have number 1, Henry Dool. Number 2 is Harrison Oknu. Number 3 is Connor Lee. Number 4, Tom Drinkwater. Number 5, Ollie Davison. Number 6, Josh Remedios. Number 7 is Nat Menzahi. Number 8, Tanaka Gabaza. Number 9, Chris Martin Thomas. Number 11, Lewis Flatman. And number 10, Lewis Flatman. Number 11, Billy Frost. Substitutes for the visitors today is our Harrison Livingston. Number 12, number 14, Kelvin Karanja. Number 15, Graham Edwards. Number 16, Jasper Mather. And finally, number 17, Cameron Shawyer,
yeah, he's actually of this parish. But anyway, we can just see the academy boys now lining up for a pre-match photo, which is good to see. But and Steve's obviously there with them, and our photographer, Thomas Lang, who's just about to. His wife is just about to give. Well, she's 3 weeks away from giving birth, so we wish Tom all the best for that.
And we have club captain Luke
Ruddock
just strolling past us.
Yeah, and he's definitely come straight from work. Either that or he's, I don't know, the painted clothes are in vogue. But yes, the players are going out now.
That is what I love about this football club.
Well, there you are. Yeah.
Club captain. You've got first team manager in the dugout. I know it's obviously
the chairman's here. The
chairman's here.
Yeah.
You've got club captain, here to support the lads. You've got the goalkeeper, obviously co-commentating. This is what it's all about, Seb. You mentioned during a few minutes ago around how close knit this club is, and it really truly is one club. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah,
really
it is great. It is great. And I think there's going to be a minute's silence, Matt, for the recent passing of 99-year-old Prince Philip. Well, the players, I don't think it's actually happening because there's a coin toss happening. It looks like David Amati is going to be captain for this evening, and he did lead the side very well the other day, I have to say. And actually, Matt, there's going to be a minute's silence by the looks of it. So we will be quiet. And yes, here we have the graphic as in memory of the Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, whose funeral was on Saturday. Anyway, wait for the referee's whistle. There you are.
Impeccably observed.
Impeccably observed, as it should be. We can hear. You can hear. Obviously, it does feel like a first-team game, Matt, doesn't it? We've got obviously the familiar sounds of Larry Dan over the tannoy here, and again, as we start to feel like we might be getting back to normal, let's hope so. But yes, very excited for this. Very excited for this, and hopefully, we're going to see a very good game of football, a game of cup football. As far as I'm aware, and I stand to be corrected, we'll go straight to extra time. Straight to penalties if it is drawn.
Rather handily.
After 9 minutes.
Danilo Carvalho is wearing number 7, which was what Wilson Carvalho often wore for the first team before his departure. So that makes life a bit easier
Coleman
for us.
Is going to kick off for the Beavers. So here we go. Straight on towards Miles Tupper, and it's an early throw-in. Good kick and a throw-in for the Beavers very early on, as Raz Coleman takes the ball on the edge of the box. Raz Coleman in number 21, as he was worn for the Beavers for the first team this season, and the only first team representative for the Hampton and Richmond Borough side in this lineup. The floodlights are on as well, Matt.
They are indeed.
Hopefully they'll stay on. But anyway, Hampton and Richmond are putting the pressure on straight away here. And that's well played. And he's through on goal. Carvalho's through on goal. And he tries to lift it over the keeper, and it's a good save. My goodness. Carvalho, what a great start from the Beavers. And let's try and build on this.
Tricky feet from Carvalho there.
Really tricky feet.
Yeah.
Well done, Danilo Carvalho. That was a fantastic move, really, and unfortunate. Looked like the ball was going to just lift across over the keeper there, Paul in goal, but it was dealt with, and that is Matt, that's a good start, and that should give the boys confidence.
It's a good start. It'll give them confidence, and it's early warning for the visitors, really.
Nice football from David Amati there.
Hampton have come out of the traps. There's no doubt about that, and
that's a great start, and keep them coming up. And Carvalho is the man again. The referee's given a foul there. I'm not quite sure about that one, because if you look at the size of the two players there. But Here's the replay anyway of this very early chance. He's nimble feet and he just tries to lift over. It's good keeping by the keeper in the end, to be fair. But well done, Henry Poole there in goal. But a good start for the Beavers. Good start. Throwing free kick, shall we say, for Spelthorne Sports. The keeper there who did so well there. He did well there, didn't he, Matt?
He did, yeah.
It was very good feet from Carvalho, and that's going to give him a word of confidence. David Amate, lovely header there, big and strong. Heads it towards Will Goddard. And Hampton Richmond Borough try and clear their lines, but that's surely a handball. Yeah, it is, yeah, it is. I mean, that's basketball-esque, isn't it? Basketball-esque, Matt. But yeah. Good start.
It's amazing how much more difficult it is when you don't know many of the players' names said first off.
Yes, we have got the team sheets in front of us, obviously.
We have.
But yes, we will try our very best. And of course, if there are any Spelthorne Sports fans watching, which we hope there are, I mean, we will try and provide a neutral commentary. Of course, every now and then we might slip into Beaver persuasion, shall we say. But it's only natural. But yeah, we will try and give a fair and balanced view of this game.
Goal kick.
What's
the nickname? Spellies, is it?
At the Spelly is their Twitter nickname.
At the Spelly.
No, I mean that's their Twitter.
Oh, that's their Twitter name.
Yeah. If any Spelthorne fans are watching, and we should have the feed up for any comments, shouldn't we?
Spelly, haven't we?
But yeah, it's Dan Lewis getting a lot of the ball, and that's a good tackle from the young lad. Seen him on the terraces a few times at the Beavers, haven't we, old Dan Lewis?
I recognised him. Yeah.
He's a I think if Alec James is watching, I think Alec knows him well. So yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've shared a couple of pints with him.
May have shared a couple of pints, but certainly not tonight. He's off to a good start. And Alfie Shortland here,
good control.
That's a lovely touch from the number 7 there from Spelthorne. But they go back, and Hampton put the pressure on and press. And Razak Coleman, I mean, you wouldn't. He's going to chase the keeper down now, and that's a good kick from the keeper, to be fair to him. That's a nice kick there from the looks like a youngster in goal. But Hampton have recovered the ball. And I think one thing that Steve said to them off the back of Saturday's performance was, don't take too many touches. Keep, sometimes you can be a bit guilty. Yeah. His players can be a bit guilty of that, and that is obviously something that you learn and get experience of. Obviously, the man alongside me has got plenty of experience, Jules. That's not to take too many touches and just keep the ball moving, which Hampton are doing fairly well at the moment.
Yeah, I think we've had a good start, to be fair, Seb. Keeper's made a good save.
Yeah, it was decent, wasn't it?
Good save. So I'm impressed. To be fair, it's been a really good start.
So yeah, they'll be looking to keep this up. That's for sure. And what are we on now? Yeah, not even 5 minutes gone yet. But yeah, we had definitely more than a half chance, but it was well dealt with by Spelthorne, and that's good defending there from the number 5. Matt, go on, pronounce his name.
I'm going to go with it again. I'm going to go Juge. We are struggling.
We did ask him before the game, and we wrote it down, and we still. It's one of those things.
It's Juge, I think. But
we've got a viewer from Brazil. Thank you very much, Philippe, for tuning in to the Middlesex Senior Cup game. Thank you very much for tuning in when you could be watching Man City, Dortmund, or Liverpool, Real Madrid. You know
it makes sense.
Hampton and Richmond and Spelthorne Sports. Fair play to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Anyway, Spelthorne on the attack here. It's quite. I don't like to. I don't like to talk too much about the numbers on the back of shirts, Matt. But
well, no, this is
the grey ones.
Yeah, dark grey on light grey is not ideal. I must admit.
It's no. What was the team that we played this season? We couldn't see.
Oh, that was awful.
Hemel.
It was Hemel. Was that Illuminous? Wasn't it?
Yeah, Illuminous.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. A bit of.
That's a crunching
good tackle though from Will Goddard, and Hampton Richmond Borough on the attack again, and it's the tricky feet of Carvalho. Still got the ball, and he's got the ball out to Raz Coleman here. Raz Coleman goes for goal, but it goes straight all the way to Will Goddard. But that's a nice pass, and then Dan Lewis has still got the ball, goes for goal. Deflected, but it goes straight through to the keeper.
I like the look of the central midfield pairing.
Number 4 Dan Lewis and number 8 Will Goddard.
Yeah, they look pretty.
Matt, I'm impressed here with the Beavers start, and David Amate's got to deal well here with the number 7 for Spelthorne, and that's well played by Ryan. I'm just going to call him Ryan because he's and David Amate trying to get the ball back off for a goal kick there. I think it's not quite worked, but the ball goes all the way through to Zach in goal, and I think we've also, I don't think we'd have had that before, Matt. We've got a viewer from Brazil, Philippe from Brazil, and then Andrew from Feltham. You know,
there you go.
One extreme to the other. Thanks very much for watching, Andrew. I know we've got a guy called Tom Doncaster watching as well. He's been playing Hampton and Richmond on Football Manager, and yeah, as a result, he's happening to watch the game on the live stream.
Let's hope we see him in person when the season starts.
Tom, you'll be more than welcome when fans are allowed. And good header again by the number 5 Ryan, who's him and David Amate, to be fair to them, won loads of headers the other day. He's kept the ball in as well. Great control for Miles Tupper. Fantastic control. And Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack. And that's Razak Coleman down the wing. This is a really impressive start from the young lads, Matt.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We look under control. What I like about the play so far is they're not rushing it. You know, we're knocking the ball around nicely as well, which is good.
Alfie Shortland swings the ball in, but
certainly don't look phased. That's for sure.
No, absolutely not. And the number 4 for Spelthorne. We've got someone from Devon as well. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, everyone.
Well done.
Free coverage of the Middlesex Senior Cup. I don't know how many games for the Middlesex Senior Cup have been streamed live on YouTube, but
I can't imagine too many.
Yeah, not too many, but yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it. And the number 7 for Spelthorne, they certainly seem to be looking for him at a number of occasions, don't they, Matt? Nat Mensah. They certainly they look to him to start the play.
Yeah, they do. That's a good
stuff.
Ball. Well done.
But that's well dealt with by Owen Walsh there. Well played, the young fullback there. That was great. He didn't start on Saturday against Hamworth Villa. He came on, but he's starting tonight, and he's done well there with his first touch. And I called him Zach earlier. I'm sorry, it's Cam Zane in goal for the Beavers. I don't know why I called him Zach. My Z's mixed up. Apologies if you are a member of Cam's family and watching this. But anyway, Spelthorne are through and go on. They've just scored.
Very good goal.
He just nipped in front of the keeper there, didn't he? It was at number 9 for Spelthorne there. It looks like Chris Martin Thomas has opened the scoring there for.
Yeah, very good goal.
Here, Matt.
Very good goal. He's cut. It's a very good ball through. Yeah. Sliced through. Yeah. Goalkeeper comes out.
Well. Yeah, and he's done well. He's nudged it in front of the keeper.
Against the run of play, though.
Against
to be
the
honest,
run of play, very much so. And that's the first foray into our box, really, Matt. Yeah, that'll be disappointing, but I think we can take heart from the decent start. But yeah, look, you can see it again on the replay here. Lovely through ball, and he just goes in between the two defenders and then slides it home.
Great finish, I have to say.
It is a decent finish.
Very good finish.
I think that was number 9, wasn't it? Chris Martin Thomas. Decent ball and decent finish there, Jules, would you say?
Yeah, it looked a really good finish, to be fair. He looked to take it early.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, which obviously gave Cam the problem. But
it wasn't Chris Martin Thomas, sorry. It was Lewis Flatman. So if you are... It was Lewis
Flatman, number 10.
Flatman, number 10, who slotted the ball home there. But yeah, took it early, and I suppose as a keeper, that's the worst. That's the last thing you want to happen. I suppose you at least want to have a chance to close it down. But yeah, it was a good finish. But anyway, Spelthorne have taken the lead here after a positive start from the Beavers, and it's important that we take heart from how we've done so far. Lewis Flatman, sorry there. Anyway, Hampton Richmond Borough on the attack. Miles Tupper trying to make something happen, and the Beavers. No, the referee's given a free kick there. Big call from Spelthorne. But anyway, I know they'll be disappointed with probably. It's a good goal, good finish. But of course, he dropped him two defenders there, didn't he? And
I don't necessarily think that we were at fault for that goal. It was just a very well worked goal, good ball through, and a very good finish. And
you can see Flatman now. You can see he's on the last man. He's on Ryan. I think I heard a dog there.
There is a dog here.
There is a dog in the ground. Dog. Everyone loves a dog at football. I hope it's a dog over that, or someone's in some serious pain. I hope it's not Phil Weller falling over. But yeah, if you do, sorry, I shouldn't take Mickey out of Phil Weller, our loyal and hard-working COVID officer. But yeah. Hampton and Richmond Borough now. It's Spelthorne with a throw-in in the final third here.
Jules, what do they do? What do they do to not let their heads drop? I'll just wait for this play, actually.
Well, I just think they need to. They started the game really well.
Yeah.
And just nice skill there from.
Side netting.
That is actually number 9 for Spelthorne there with some good skill, but he's hit the side netting.
Yeah, just settle down, don't panic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a goal against the run of play. Just keep doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
As simple as that, really.
Jules, as an experienced keeper, as an experienced keeper, just out of interest, you know, obviously when we've played in goal in 11-a-sides or whatever, we just hit it long and hit it far and long. What, you know, when you've got a goal kick, are you always looking for a specific spot, or you know, and trying to aim for someone, or you know, I'm not saying that you don't, but what goes through your mind when you've got the ball for the goal kick there?
Well, do you know what? Back to what we've just said. Like it's times in games what to do and when to do it. You know, we've just conceded a goal. Perhaps the best thing to do is to do what Cam did there. Just get everybody up, settle down, and get the ball into their half. Do you know what I mean? And then the confidence gets up a little bit, and you can maybe then look to play out a little bit. You know.
And what would you say that? Are you a fan of the? You know, you see a lot now, especially nowadays in the Premier League, especially from goal kicks, and certainly in the Premier League, obviously. But you see a lot of the defenders dropping deep into the penalty box. So there's a time and a place for that, or you just want to?
Do you know what? I think it's horses for courses, Seb. If you've got a back four like Manchester City have, you want to keep the ball because you're fairly confident that you're going to be able to play your way out of trouble and beat the press and attack teams. You know, if you've got people that are not necessarily comfortable with the ball. You don't want to put them in that situation. You know, I think any player wants to play to their strengths.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And even with Dean Inman in front of you, you still don't even want to take the mickey out of him. And
Dino pretends he wants it, but he don't. Like. Do you know what? I was going to take the mickey out of Dean, but I love him to bits.
No, of course. Yeah.
And to be fair, he's a great centre half to play behind. Yeah. I do want to give him a little bit of stick, but
no, of course.
And I'm sure I will do actually as time goes on.
Absolutely. We'll try and get a bit more gossip on some of the other players in the first team, but. If you are just joining us, 13 minutes gone. Slightly against the run of play, but they've certainly stayed into the game since they scored. Spelthorne Sports here are 1-0 up against a young Hampton Richmond Borough side who started really brightly and could have taken the lead in the opening minute. But if it weren't for some good goalkeeping from the keeper, Henry Poole. But it's been a good game. Played in good spirit. I think like Jules says, Hampton and Richmond Borough just keep doing what you were doing. Spelthorne have obviously got their tails up a little bit after their goal, and the ball's been a lot more in this half, Matt. But long way to go in this game, isn't there, Matt? Well, long way.
There is a long way to go, and you know the young lads have they've certainly not dropped their heads after that goal. There's no doubt about that.
No. And they're trying to find that ball again to the, Flatman, who's definitely trying to find his way, in his way onto the back four. But anyway, Carvalho, who's definitely looked one of the bright sparks for Hampton Richmond. That's well covered in centre midfield by the number 10 there, Leopard Smith. Well done, son. And there's a throw-in just in front of us here for... question is saying, are they both under 18? No, not at all. It's the Hampton and Richmond Borough Academy plus Razak Coleman, who played for the first team, Spelthorne Sports. I think there's a few youngsters in there, of course, but I think they're definitely more of a normal, shall we say, first team makeup and age and experience. So, yeah.
It's a great ball from Gavarza there.
Owen Walsh, the fullback's going to have to deal well there with it's the number 9, Chris Martin Thomas, who's finding a lot of the ball at the moment, but a few tricks, and Owen Walsh has had to bring him down. If in doubt, Matt?
Within reason, Seb. Dean Inman did that once, and obviously saw red. But
that was a tap tackle. We have to mention the Dean Inman tap tackle. Which, we were never.
I actually, in the moment when he gave away that foul, I thought that's a great foul, Dino.
Yeah.
Then 20 seconds later, he's sent off and we're 1-0 down. Maybe not.
We will not forget those. Yeah, there's little things that we didn't. I don't know. We played 17 games. We remember little things like that. Anyway, free kick for Spelthorne here. Crowded box. But yeah, hopefully, and I think the referee's just having a word with Owen Walsh there,
Yeah, it was quite cynical, to be honest. But
anyway, the ball swings in, and it goes straight in. Oh, that's actually ended up one of the Spelthorne players, the big defender, number 5, has headed it away off the line almost. But Carvalho was hoping to take it in his feet there, and he hasn't. And unfortunately, the ball goes back now to the goal scorer Flatman, who swings the ball across, but it's well headed here by number 5, Ryan.
Huge.
And Spelthorne still on the attack here, teasing ball towards Cam, and it's gone all the way in, unfortunately, for Hampton and Richmond Borough. A cross from deep that has just gone over the keeper there, and we're just going to see the replay now. 2-0 to Spelthorne now. He's spotted him, and it's gone, and it's looped over.
I have to say, I initially thought that was a cross. I think he's actually had a go at that. I think he's seen the keeper off his line a little bit, and he's gone right for the far corner.
Yeah.
I can't actually work out who scored that, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But that's, I mean, the keeper's going to be disappointed. There's no doubt about that, Seb. But fair play to the Spelthorne winger who used his initiative and
He did use his initiative.
Cracking goal.
Yeah. Like you said, Jules, I suppose there's a little bit there. You just probably Cam was probably 2 or 3 steps, probably a bit further forward than he would wanted to have been on that.
What I'm really impressed with, actually, he hasn't gone quiet. They've scored the goal, and he's still calling and shouting, which is important. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's one of those things, Jules. Sorry, but when a goalkeeper, I say, makes a mistake, that wasn't a glaring error, but you would expect the keeper to save that, right? It's just magnified when it's the goalkeeper. Whereas 100%. Obviously, if you're outfield player, there's.
I think Owen Walsh might get
it's a position of the responsibility, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you make a small error, it's highlighted.
Yeah.
But we have got to show character now.
Yeah.
Because as I say, we started the game very well. We're 2-0 down.
It's all part of the learning process.
100%.
It is.
100%.
And Owen Walsh is going to get a yellow card here, I think, for his second. Oh, maybe not. Actually, I don't know. Maybe. We shall see. But anyway, Hampton and Richmond Borough looking defending. I think, there's no doubt about it. The last 10 minutes or so, Spelthorne have certainly got into the ascendancy and scored 2 goals to make it 2-0 to them against the Young Beavers. The ball flies into the box. And crikey, I think it looks like the fellow had headed the post.
He was. I'll tell you what, where was the left back? I mean,
I was a bit concerned that the fellow
totally
knocked himself out.
I don't know if we're going to see a replay of that, but that, for me, we are. Here we go. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, Seb. Perhaps I'm being harsh, but I'm looking at the back post thinking, where on earth?
Yeah, you are a harsh taskmaster. No, exactly. But I was going to see it quickly now. The ball. Oh, no. It's a. No worries. So, 2-0 to Spelthorne Sports here on a fairly cold evening now. The sun was out today, and we were.
The temperature has dropped. It's a bit like it did on Monday night in the Jolly Coopers beer garden.
Coopers, which obviously, that's well headed by Alfie Shortland. But the Beavers just need to get their foot on the ball a bit and not lose any heart. But that, easier said than done when you just conceded a couple of goals and taken a couple of blows to the head. I don't know. Alfie there, battling in.
That's a Spelthorne throw,
Spelthorne throw here, and turning up the pressure a little bit. Looking. Then let's not forget Matt, the manager for Spelthorne Sports, a former Hampton and Richmond manager, Mark Harper. And he's having it so far, enjoying his return to the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium. Raz Coleman tried to beat the man and push on there, but just the ball goes just out of play there. Spelthorne Sports with a throw-in down here, trying to find one of the goal scorers, Flatman, who heads it on towards the number 7. And it goes out. Game's just taken a bit of stop-start nature. Matt?
Yeah, I mentioned about the fact that the first goal certainly didn't let the heads go down. Feel like a little bit like the second goal was knocked the wind out of our sails a little bit, I must admit. But as we keep repeating ourselves on this,
well done there. Keeper hits it long and clear, bobbling ball. It was important to get that clear, and he has got it. And Alfie Shortland keeps the ball in, and it's a lovely cross in from the number 7.
It's a cracking cross
goes
from
all
Mensah.
The way through to Chris Martin Thomas at the back post, who keeps the ball in. And Spelthorne are looking for a third here. He's got some good feet, hasn't he? And he's taken. It's well done there from Ryan. Fainted there, the tackle, and the ball goes out for a goal kick for the Beavers. But 20 minutes gone here. Spelthorne in the ascendancy, 2-0, and certainly in the last 10 minutes have been put the pressure on. We can hear Steve Bates over there in the background.
Yeah,
rallying his troops.
Yeah, we've been hemmed in our half the last 5 minutes or so, Seb. We've not really been able to get out.
Good kick
Spelthorne
from
have
Cam,
definitely
though,
taken
all the way up there, and it's well done from Dan Lewis. It's a good header from the tour number 5, but Spelthorne are keeping the ball here, and Will Goddard's going to have a chance now to start a move for the Beavers. He's looking for some help here, and he probably does need some, but fair play to him from the number 8 there for Hampton Richmond Borough, and he's played well. Him and Leppard Smith have played well, but just as I say that, commentator's curse, just stray little pass there.
I'm not sure about his head sweatband at the top though, Seb, but we'll let him.
We'll let him off.
We'll let him off.
He's a young
hairband, Matt.
He's only
There's someone quite close to me that wears one of those. I'm not mentioning any names.
Exactly. Nicely taken on by the number 7 there, Nat Mensah. Good tackle from Alfie Shortland. Yeah, he almost looks like a tennis player, doesn't he? 80s tennis player.
He does.
And number 2 for Spelthorne's going to put a cross in here, very deep as they come, but it goes all the way to Chris Martin Thomas, who gets the ball back into the box, and Spelthorne will go again. Throw into the Beavers. We just need that little passage of play there where Will Goddard got on the ball. Just need to get our ball, fit on the ball a little bit and try and...
I mean, we need to get Tapper. Is Tapper number 11?
Miles Tapper, yeah.
Miles Tapper and Raz Coleman. We need to get that. They need to get in the game a bit more for me. Both very good players, both dangerous, but
it's a nice ball actually, but unfortunately goes headed away by Spelthorne. Dan Lewis has kept the ball alive though for the Beavers, who's picked things up nicely. Him and Will Goddard and Leppard Smith in the centre midfield.
Smith's looking.
I've done all right actually. It's a nice long. That's not a bad ball from Merton Walsh. Testing there now. Raz Coleman with the ball there. Go on, Raz. I mean, Jules, you've seen and I've been lucky enough to see Raz in training, and chances have been a bit harder to come by, especially with the form of the team towards the end of the season. But Raz Coleman has got some real talent, hasn't he?
He really has, Seb, to be fair. He can frustrate you at times because you know that talent's in there. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting here tonight, really, every time he gets the ball, I sort of get to the edge of my seat and hope he can produce what I see in training. And being a keeper, when he comes through and wraps in these shots against you, he has got that talent.
Well, so. I think Dean's come up in conversation quite a lot this evening, but Dean was saying that he's his most underrated player for him is Raz. He's as you say, there's a very, very good player in there. He just needs to.
I hope I'm not out of turn saying this, but I just think he needs to believe and realise how good he can be. I don't think he realises that himself.
Yeah,
Gary's mentioned that. To be fair, Gary's mentioned that, and he told him that, and he said, and it is all there. It is there for all to see. He's got some real talent there. So.
Well, we all know how much this game is all in your head. It is all 100%. The mental part of it.
Big part. Yeah, I think it's down to us, the experienced players in the group, to try and make him realise that. Really, just help him in and around the place.
You do, don't you?
Because when you're young, things seem a little bit easier when you're older because you've been through so many different experiences yourself. But if he can realise that early and believe in himself, you've got a real player there. Trust me. Yeah.
And as you say that, well, a nice touch, just well recovered. Leppard Smith's done all right, hasn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he's playing.
There you are. Raz has got the ball there, beat a couple of players, and he's trying to make something of something now. Then, see, just flashes across the goal there. You kind of. Yeah, better that the ball's down that end though, and a bit more positive for the Beavers. So
it is,
and an element of stemming the tide, shall we say, a little bit, and down the other end. So yes, it's 2-0 Spelthorne Sports. Firstly, nicely taken goal. Actually, both nicely taken. To be fair, the second one was. I think you're right, Matt. I don't think it was a cross. I think he spotted an opportunity. I think
he's gone for it. Yeah,
he went for it and he put it.
Feel for the keeper, but unfortunately. We find ourselves 2 goals down.
2 goals down. In the Middlesex Cup, Hampton and Richmond Borough have been in this 50-odd times. No, more than that, I think it was, it said. I think it might be 50 times, I think we've been in this. Been in 9 finals. Well, Carvalho's got the ball there. It looks like he got the ball, but maybe didn't actually.
No, the ref's always going to give that.
Yeah.
Okwu. Yeah. Good play by the right back.
Just leaned across there, didn't he? And, halted the play, shall we say, and the number 3 for Spelthorne Sports is going to take this. Number 3, Connor Lee. Hopefully there are some Spelthorne fans watching. We've had a come on Spelly, so Robin, Spelthorne fan. Hope you're enjoying this chance to see the team in action. I know it's difficult for you guys. You have not been able to see your team, have you?
What, a few watchers?
Yeah, 152.
Oh, very good. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us on We know there are a number of other options tonight. Champions League options, but the ball goes into the box and it's going to go. It looks. He's offside. The line's on the flag, and it looked like it might go all the way through, but
it's a nice kick
feint in front of the keeper. And to be fair, Cam has dealt with that well under some pressure. So yeah, fair play to him. And but it was offside anyway. And they go again, the Beavers. So we're going to be approaching half an hour mark. I think Razak Coleman give a flash that Hampton Richmond Borough. It's by no means out of this, and Hampton Richmond Borough have made a slight change in the fullback positions. Alfie Shortland's gone to right back, and Owen Walsh, I think, might be on a yellow card. Didn't quite see if it was flashed. He's on the left-hand side now, but Leopard Smith's just about to say done really well there in semi-field. And Alfie Shortland's won the ball there and getting the ball forward towards Miles Tupper, who's done really well, but it's well defended by the Spelthorne Sports, and the Beavers are still got the ball down there, and they're still attacking. And Raz Coleman on the edge of the box, it's well tackled there.
He's having a good game, Connolly, at the back for Spelthorne. He clips him there, I think. Or has he won the ball? Yeah, I think the refs.
I think the ref's going to give him a card.
He's going to give him a card. That's a tough.
Going to get a yellow card for that, and I don't think Steve Bates is too happy with that.
I'm not surprised. I mean, from where I'm sat,
if he judged that to be a foul, which I'm still not sure about that.
I think that's a very, very harsh yellow for me.
If he judges it to be a foul, then I can see why he's got the card out, but I don't think it. Well, yeah, I think you're right, Matt. I think it's verging on harsh, but
I mean, it's not
the Spelthorne Sports fans watching will probably disagree.
It's not as if Goddard's made a number of little fouls before that. That's certainly, as far as I can remember, his first foul of the game.
I think you're right. He's done well, actually. I think. Yeah. In terms of bright sparks, I think, to be fair, the two centre defenders, Amarty and Ryan, have done really well. So the threats come from the wings and the stuff from the wings, and I think they've been bright spots. I think the spine of the team. I think again, it's what Steve will be looking for is that consistency between the midfield and containing teams, but also be creating chances. And I think Raz, apart from the opening minute, Razak Coleman, the chances have been few and far between.
Interesting stat on Will Goddard, Seb. He's got the most yellow cards this season.
Has he really?
He's just added another one to the
good tackle from
Alfie
Shortland there. I know I keep saying young, and the players are young. They are, but Alfie Shortland's done well there. And Dan Lewis has taken the ball there, and that's what you want. Midfield running, well played. Go on, Carvalho. Oh, it's just a bit unlucky, a bit unfortunate there. The ball's not quite rolling for the Beavers sometimes. And just when you want it, but well done, Dan Lewis there. He's taking the ball from midfield and pushing on and trying to make something happen, Matt. And
exactly.
But yeah, it's a good game, Matt. It's a good game, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it is. You're right. I mean,
you never know if Hampton can nick that before half time. And
I mean, football is a game of ifs and buts. But I tell you, if Carvalho had buried that opportunity in the first minute or so, the game would have obviously been a lot different. But as you say,
he did everything right, didn't he? And the keeper did everything right, to be fair to him. It was just... But yeah, the number 5 there from Spelthorne, who's getting a lot more... He's almost Luke Roddick-esque, isn't he, the number 5 for Spelthorne, Ollie Davidson, in stature.
He is.
I'm saying that because Luke's about 4 seats down from me. If Phil Well is listening, he is 4 seats down from him. And there's Thomas Lang, the photographer, going past us. Dan Lewis, that looks like a foul ref, and the referee has given a foul there for the Beavers. Half an hour gone. Matt, it's been a game of 3 10-minute spells. Hampton and Richmond Borough better in the first 10.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Spelthorne were better in the second 10. And they've come back into the game more, been a little bit more under the cosh, but showing signs here that we might be able to do something. Raz Coleman's done a nice header there. Unfortunately, you want someone to be sort of running onto that, don't you? I know that's easier said than done, but
I felt that when the second goal went in, our heads went down a little bit, but they seem to have been lifted again all of a sudden. So
they do,
it's not it says, well, this is a game of mental strength, and I think hopefully the young lads out there just brush off the scoreline.
Whoa!
Here we go.
That's unbelievable. I should have headed it.
Sorry about that. We just nearly got.
I should have headed that, shouldn't I?
I was going to dive.
I know, I really should. And I've just touched it with my hands. Where's the alcohol gel? I tell you what, that is as close as it's come. Actually, no, Matt, your laptop nearly
No, I
came
did.
across
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And
In fact, I think we do owe you for a new screen. I think.
I've got a broken screen.
Will Goddard there nearly destroying our very good setup, which once again we mustn't forget. Thank you very much for the camera work brilliantly provided by Archie George and Mark George, and obviously the amazing technical work provided by Dave Rees and co. It's a privilege. We just turn up, Matt, don't we, and chat.
Yeah, no,
it's very much a team effort, and
it's class.
It really is. It is, and who knows what will happen? We don't know what's going to happen next season. But anyway, Raz Coleman, we'd love to carry on doing this. We might not have to. And we might not be able to because the gantry, for those who do know the Bev, the gantry is right in front of the main stand. So, yeah, that's well played from David Amate. And Hampton Richmond Borough getting more of the ball and more sniffs. Raz Coleman goes for the shot. It's well blocked by the number 4 for Spelthorne Sports. Dan Lewis goes for the ball. And it's a free kick for the Beavers.
Yeah, it looks a little bit generous, but
we'll take that, Matt. We'll take that. We'll take that. But I have to say, Matt, I think of the youngsters, I've been impressed with the number 10. Smith, I think he's been up.
He has looked good. I think for Spelly, the right winger, is it Mensah, number 7? He's looked pretty good. And I like the look of Connor Lee, the number 3, the centre half for Spelthorne. But for the Beavers, Goddard's impressed me, Seb. In fact, our 2 centre midfielders, Goddard and
is this David Amate going for goal here?
I think no. Yes.
Coleman, sorry.
Where is it? No, Amate's in the box.
It was the boots that got me confused because David Amate is not shy and not rightly so of his skill. Go on, Razak Coleman. Oh,
unlucky.
Didn't keep it low, and it wasn't a million miles away, but it certainly wasn't. Unfortunately, wasn't close enough for the Beavers. But I tell you what, an impressive, I would say, good 5-minute spell for the Beavers there. If you're going to take it in spells, then we've done all right.
So that was very close, that free kick.
How far away was it? What a bad effort. Yeah.
Jules, just that, again, as a goalkeeper, an experienced keeper, as we called you during your long trial spell, just out of interest, and I just say this purely as a football fan who has no idea what you're looking for when you're putting the wall together there on a free kick just outside the edge of the box. So they're covering one side and you're covering the other?
That's exactly it. That's the idea.
Is it as simple as that?
That's the idea, yeah. And
I've always wondered that.
If the players, good
Yeah.
enough to whip it over the wall and into the top corner, you've almost got to say fair play.
Yeah, exactly.
What you tend to do though as a goalkeeper sometimes, because you're standing one side of your goal, you tend to cheat and start stepping over to the wall side, and you can get caught out on your side. But
yes, you do see that. Yes, you see that. Interesting. They are, and Jules, who's experienced. I'll just say that. A number of clubs, football league clubs as well, and Hampton and
That was a correct decision. That
it
one
was, and Hampton and Richmond Borough. We haven't had a player of the season actually vote, have we, for last season? It seems a long time ago, but Jules, and I'm not just saying it because he sat next to me. Jules' name was definitely up there, and I think alongside the Dean Inmans. And
you know where my vote goes.
But hopefully Jules will be with us next season as we go for our third time lucky at getting promoted. And what a better time to do it than our centenary season, which our centenary does start on May the 22nd officially with a game here at the Bev. Talk about that more at half time, I think. But hopefully, all being well, there will be some fans inside the stadium. We can't tell you for sure because, as you well know, coronavirus restrictions and stuff changing all the time, but the intention is that we do have fans in some form, but keep your eyes peeled for that. But we'll talk about more of that about that half time. But Hampton and Richmond Borough are going to try and nick something here, and that would be very nice, wouldn't it, Matt, if we could?
Well, it'd be nice to get one for half time. You sort of feel like we need it, really. I think going 2-1 down. I mean, it's a very, very good and nice time to score just for half time, and I think
it would give them a bit of a boost, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it would give them a boost because, that is talking of boosts. He's had his boost. I mean, he's absolutely leathered at the number 5 for Spelthorne Sports.
Charlie Wassmer-esque, that was.
Yeah. Oh, I would say Charlie Wassmer was more cultured than that.
To be fair, he is. Yeah. In fact, he might be listening as well. I'm a bit scared of Charlie Wassmer, so he definitely is more cultured than that.
But Razak Coleman, I thought he was going to get the ball. Miles Tapper's going to try. Would like to have seen a little bit more from Miles. I know it's difficult, of course it is, but I know he looked really dangerous in the first half against Hamworth Villa, Miles. He's definitely got it in the locker, and him and Carvalho have got, that's a not bad three if we can just get the ball to them a bit more and have a bit of luck. It's not really been much, I'm just thinking of little things that haven't quite gone Hampton's way. They didn't go in, The second goal went over the keeper's head, and the luck has not been quite with the Beavers. You do make your own luck. There is an element of that, but a couple of moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've done well there, Spelthorne. To be fair, they've recovered the ball well, and but well chased down from Mark Leopard-Smith. For me, the best player.
He is playing the true number 10 role, isn't he? He's sort of just
all action
just
midfielder. I think Will Goddard may have gone. Oh no, there's a bit of a mistake, mix up there from the defenders there, but Spelthorne are on the attack, and it's going to be the first goal scorer, Flatman, who scores and slots it home very nicely, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was a mix-up, unfortunate mix-up there that led Flatman to, and you always felt that if he could get it onto his right foot, that he would certainly fire in on goal, like he did with the first goal of the game, and he has, and it's now 3-0 to Spelthorne Sports. Yeah. Our own making there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been punished. We've been punished.
We've been punished again. It's ruthlessness, I suppose, at this level.
Stay positive is the cries from Gary on the
you can
on
stay
the
positive
bench.
from Gary there. He's put it right in the corner and done what a good striker should do, Flatman there, to score his second of the game. And put Spelthorne 3-0 up here in the Middlesex Senior Cup. Nice ball from Dan Lewis, and keeping the ball down this end now. And there's some love for Big Flatty, they're calling him on the YouTube comments here. I'm not going to call him big by any stretch of imagination. He's certainly not as big as me. So I will not call him Big Flatty. But Joshua, I'll take your word for it. But anyway, Hampton Richmond Borough still on the attack now. Go on, Razak twisting and turning in the box, but well defended, to be fair. Spelthorne have dealt with most of the things that have come their way in the box, apart from the first 20 seconds, shall I say?
I mean, I don't actually. I feel a bit harsh saying this.
He looks like he might have been offside, and that's a lovely take from Flatman, but the linesman.
He's just off,
and he was looking for his hat trick there. But that's a hell of a take from the. I was not going to say the big man. That's unfair on him. The big Flatty.
The flat man.
Yeah,
no, he's done well. He's done well. He looks good up the top.
It was a lovely take that, but he did look offside, to be fair. And it wasn't too many complaints here. He is trying, and that's what he did it perfectly for the first goal, didn't he? Flatman.
That's another good ball through.
Great play
from
Cam.
He was quick off his line there, the keeper.
Brave,
and he does do that. And here we are, Hampton Richmond Borough on the attack. Good tackle there. He looks experienced there, captain the number 6. I'll be intrigued to know how experienced he is, but it's a good tackle there.
He's made another good tackle there.
Another good tackle, number 6 for Spelthorne Sports. And he's Spelthorne fan, Josh Remedios. He's a captain, so I'm assuming there's experience of some level. You don't give the captain's armband to someone without any experience. We've had a few comments here. Spelthorne finishing very efficient. That second goal was very good, if you meant it.
I think actually, Seb, that has been the difference between the two sides, really. I mean, our attacking threat...
Clinicalness.
Spelthorne, full credit. They've been very clinical in attack, and they've had chances. They haven't had a huge amount of chances, but those that they've had, they've
nice play
buried.
From Ryan there, and it's Leopard-Smith who's looked really live in the centre midfield, and Miles Tupper tries to get the ball towards Raz, who flicks it onto Carvalho, and it nearly dropped loose there, but unfortunately didn't, and it's not quite dropping there. Jules, what academy did you start at? Or what youth ranks were you?
Yeah, it wasn't academies back in my day, mate. It was.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Not
YTS, surely.
Yeah, YTS,
was it
mate.
YTS?
Yeah, when we had to clean the boots and.
Oh yeah.
Which I loved, Seb. I absolutely loved it, and that was at Brentford.
At Brentford.
So Christmas time, you get your tip from your free pros.
Which free pros are they?
So I had Michael Dobson.
Right.
Who was the right back, and then believe it or not, I had Ray Lewington, who was assistant with Roy Hodgson.
Brilliant. Yes, of course. Yeah, still is assistant.
Still is assistant. Yeah. So he was England. Terry Bullivant. All the coaching.
Lovely ball through, and that's great.
That's
well done. That's the second time now, and well done, Cam. That's twice he's come off his line quickly, and he needed to be there because Chris Martin Thomas was hovering, because it was a bloody good ball, wasn't it, through Matt?
It was a good ball. They've sliced us open 3 or 4 times.
But twice in the last 5 minutes, Cam's, and Jules as a keeper, I suppose the element successful for someone like that is a quick decision and you're on it. You know, there's no time.
He's done great. He hasn't hesitated. You know, he's a good starting position, nice and brave. Come and took the lot, and he did take the lot. Ball.
You've got to take the lot.
That's fantastic. Yeah, fair play. Really done well there twice.
Who was the other player, Jules?
Paul Evans.
Paul Evans, right. So obviously Hampton got some good links with Brentford, and who knows, Brentford or someone like that we might have down for our centenary. We don't, you know, those plans are being made as best we can, but Brentford will obviously be looking to, you know, maybe a Premier League side one by the time August comes around. So Ryan, he's done well. He's played well there. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's got good feet for a big lad. To excuse the cliche. Yeah. He has. But yeah, Spelthorne on the attack here. 3-0. Hampton Richmond Borough. I tell you what, he's absolutely raced.
Leopard Smith, look at that.
Leopard Smith, fantastic there. Well
he's done fantastically well there.
Come with him all,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well played.
He's certainly not short of energy in there, and he's. I would, in my opinion, Matt, I think he's been the Beavers' best player. I think I think Ryan, who started that move, has done extremely well. I know it's hard to say when you've conceded 3 goals, but I think the strikes have all been clean and clinical. And
Leopard Smith, yeah, played as a goalkeeper until he was age 12, would you believe?
12, there you
Smith,
are, yeah.
The Hampton number 10.
You were playing goal, Matt? You are as a tall man. I can imagine at some point you might have
I did actually, yeah. I did earlier on in my career, and then, my career, that sounds like I'm good.
Yeah.
Back at school, and then I made it onto, I think I was nowhere near good enough, and then done that classic, as every sort of school kid wants to do, go up the top and score goals, and then find themselves gradually sort of move back, and then being 6'3", it was centre back all the way.
Jules, were you always a goalie?
Well, from very young, yeah.
Very young, yeah.
My dad started a team, and I was a centre forward. But literally, we're talking when I was sort of 8 years old, and then when I went to 9, 10 years old, I was a goalkeeper. Yeah, yep. So wasn't good enough on pitch.
Yeah, so. I've seen your feet. All right.
Well, got me one goal, haven't I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You have scored one. I thought you scored 2, didn't you? No, you only scored.
Scored for in the FA Cup. Yeah.
We'll put that on our social media.
I had to get that in there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no, it's one of those ones. You know how many times you see a goalkeeper go up for the last corner or free kick or whatever, but yeah, Jules only goes and scores it. So it was
crazy.
Is that Connor Lee again, Seb, the Spelthorne number 3?
Yeah, he's looked decent.
Yeah, I think he looks very good player.
It raises a little bit of expectation, though, Seb. When you go forward now, sort of people think, he could do it again. I can safely say I'm very much down.
And in that situation, right? Yeah. In that situation, when the keeper gets sent up in the last thing, what do you is it caused mayhem and just run? Because obviously we see now that teams have very set things on set pieces. You go with him, and I know Gary does that. Is it case just going there and try and cause a bit of havoc?
Well, yeah, when you arrive into the box, like you say, everyone's got their designated person who they're going to be marking. When a goalkeeper goes up, it causes that confusion, which is... And because you're 6'3", 6'4", you're possibly taking a big person away from someone else. So, it does cause a bit of chaos.
Well, we'll get that up on our... in actual fact, I might try and find it at half-time and put it in the chat, actually, because it is worth seeing. Because the celebs are pretty good as well, to be fair.
Was
Dean playing?
No. It wasn't. No. Billericay.
It was at 94th minute.
93rd minute, yeah, 93rd minute, yeah.
And the fans, it made me actually, when I saw it, made me miss the fans again not being here. Just seeing that. Who doesn't have a 93rd? It was a winner, wasn't it? It was a winner.
It was equaliser, that's right, yeah.
And that's
super save, that,
is that a great...
It looked like it was a great save.
Looked like a great save,
yeah,
unless
from Cam. It looked like the ball swung there to the far post and the header down.
He's got
and
down.
It looked for all the world from here that it was going to nestle into the box.
It's going to pop to VAR just to double check that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put that down to a very, very good save.
Done well, Cam.
Well, you got me reminiscing now, Seb, of all those times behind the goal.
We run down that terrace and
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why I want Jules. Cool, bloody hell. They've gone for goal again there. Or they've gone for a cross and it's gone a bit deeper than they thought. But Yeah, Jules unfortunately hasn't yet experienced not a full Beveree, but
well,
certainly
he'll
Beveree.
have to stay for next season.
Well, he will,
now, won't he,
there's
just
no
to see it.
excuse,
So,
and he lives so close. There'd be no reason not to.
No reason not to.
And now he's the
exactly.
academy goal.
Yeah. He's well and truly entwined in the club.
And the tables, your feet are under the table, Jules. Anyway, that's half time, and it's Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Spelthorne Sports 3. I think clinical and ruthlessness from Spelthorne Sports on 3 occasions. 2 goals from Flatman, both taken extremely well, it has to be said, to get in the position. Good through ball on both occasions, and he slots the ball home and digs it out of his feet and puts them both in the corner, to be fair. And then the second one, I think he meant it, to be fair. I think he spotted that Cam was just a little bit off his line, and it went in, and it was, it's 3-0 to Spelthorne Sports, who obviously, let's not forget, this is Hampton and Richmond Borough Academy plus Razak Coleman. So against Spelthorne Sports, a team of, very much with more experience and know-how.
I think the lads have done well, though.
I think they have. I think they have. There's supposed to been a bit of ruthlessness and
I think
quality. I think you can argue, I suppose.
I think the score, for me, it does slightly flatter Spelthorne. I mean, don't get me wrong, they deserve to be going into the interval with a lead, but it's not been a game without its chances for Hampton. But you just touched on it there, Seb. We weren't ruthless enough in front of goal. Good opportunity right at the outset from Carvalho. If that had gone in, then who knows what would have happened. But good free kick from Raz Coleman, but just lacking a bit up top for me. Didn't
Spelthorne are dealing with everything quite well.
Yeah,
aren't
they are.
Jules, how did you see it?
Yeah, I mean, football can be quite a ruthless game, and I don't know if it's just me sitting here, but is it a 3-0? Is it a true reflection of the half? I don't think so. Yes, they deserve to be winning the game, but 3-0 I think is a little bit harsh on us. But football is about both penalty areas, I guess, and they've took their chances. So fair play.
The ruthlessness, all Matt. We're live. Yeah, we're live.
We're live. We are live,
and the lights are on as well. Fantastic. Sorry, say again. Oh, actually, hang on.
I think we are excused here because I do believe that Dave Rees
might have pulled the goal up.
Jules.
Jules.
We'll keep on.
I'm going to move my.
We'll keep on talking.
No, because I'm slightly delayed on this.
Yeah, whether or not we've got it. Here we go. We'll
talk to Jules That's got to hurt, Jules, hasn't it?
I did panic under there.
I wonder whether we could just see that again. Yeah.
That must be one of your highlights of your career, surely.
Well, do you know what? You work so hard at your game to keep balls out of the net, and I take great pride in that. But in terms of a moment, of a feeling, I can't put that into words. It was crazy. It was something completely different to anything I've ever felt. You make penalty saves or whatever, but it was something completely different to I've ever felt. And I said to Jake Robinson after the game, I said, "Now I know why you're a striker, because that felt good."
Yeah. And he's scored a fair few.
Yes,
hasn't he,
exactly. Yeah.
It's well, there you are. Thanks very much for getting that update. That looked great, and it was good to see. But I think as Jules said, and I think Matt alluded to it as well, it's not a 3-0, but they do, Spelthorne do deserve to be winning. I think that's fair to say. But it's the ruthlessness and the kindness that you get, and that's it's all learnings. Like, so Jules, when you were on YTS, and I know YTS is different from what we now know as the academy structure, and I think even at football league clubs and Premier League clubs, they're not doing the boots in the academy, are they, and things like that. But it was very much a different type of thing, wasn't it, back in the day?
But I mean, it's what I did. I prefer, I loved the way it was, because you had your pros boots who you'd look after in the morning, and you'd sort of build up a relationship with that professional. Yeah. So if and when the time come when you'd train with the first team or travel with the first team, or hopefully play for the first team, you sort of had a mate in the dressing room, and he would sort of look after you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I had that. So when I broke through to the first team, the players' boots that I was cleaning sort of took me under his wing and looked after me. I think whereas today, the academy could be training on a different pitch, a different completely different environment away from the first team.
Yeah.
And when that player comes through, it might be difficult for it. I don't know. What do I know? But that's just how I prefer. I liked it that way, you know.
That.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And how old are you when you made your debut?
19.
19.
Yeah,
as a goalkeeper,
yeah.
do you feel it has even more pressure? Looking back now and a bit of reflection, I don't know, you know, maybe it didn't.
I suppose looking back, probably, yeah. I think 19 to make your debut is very young for a goalkeeper.
Was it at home?
It was away, Plymouth away on a Tuesday night, freezing cold Tuesday night, raining. Not great conditions for a goalkeeper, but a 1-0 win, Seb. So it was
a clean sheet on it.
Clean sheet,
well,
yeah.
you take that.
Yeah,
It was
he knew he was going to drop that in there.
I had to.
Clean sheet, yeah.
And talking of moments and exciting things, you obviously you played at Wembley. That must have been incredible.
Yeah, before the birth of my children, it was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of all that hard work. You know, like I text my dad in the morning and I said, like, you know, my dad's put a lot into helping me in my career, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? Taking me all over the place and all that kind of stuff. Taking me over the park for years and years and years. And I sort of texted him that morning. I just said, like, this is what it's for.
How many fans were there on that one, Jules?
I think there was nearly 60,000 there, mate.
So here's a good little question. Obviously the atmosphere, 6,000 people must have been just absolutely phenomenal. Is it easier playing in front of that many fans versus, say, 10, 20 behind the goal here, from the opposition, or away game, where you can hear the people behind the goal giving you loads of jip, and you can hear every word they say, versus 60,000, and whilst you might have an entire away end behind you, obviously, all the noise is muffled.
That's it. That's exactly it. You know, when you're playing bigger crowds, it's just noise. You can't really hear what they're saying. But when it's, like you say, 30, 40 people, you're hearing every single word. And, it's all good fun. Like I say, I try and have a little bit of banter with supporters. I think it's all part of the game. And you try and get them on your side a little bit, being a goalkeeper. And I enjoy that. I do enjoy that, yeah.
Yeah, you've always mentioned that when we've ever spoken to you about that. And hopefully, in the not too distant future, we'll be able to do that with the fans. And Jules, you've obviously played at a number of clubs and done and played with some great players. Who's the one player in training that you were facing as a keeper, thinking, and you always probably had not the making of you, but you probably put the ball in the bottom corner more times than you would care to like.
Here at Hampton,
anywhere.
My whole career.
Start with Hampton, and then you can have a think about the next one.
Well, me and Dino. See, I know Dino's a centre back. In training, he tries to think he's, Ian Wright or someone. Do you know what I mean? He goes on these runs and tries to score, but
But yeah, of course he scored, and I know you mentioned this before. He scored for Hampton against you.
He always
still talks about that.
he does. He always seems to score past me in games. So lucky we're on the same team now together. But we have our good little battles in training. But do you know what? Going back to Raz. To be fair, here when he hits a ball, like we've mentioned him tonight. Do you know what I mean? He comes through and he really has got some power behind it. At Billericay, Jake, fantastic finisher, Jake. One of the best.
Yeah.
Best
bad the few of you, Jake.
The best one I've played with, maybe Cody McDonald at Gillingham, really good finisher.
Yeah.
Cody. Listen, not necessarily the best finisher in the world, but Big Bayo. Played with him at Gillingham, and crosses would come in training, and you just think, he's going to smash you flying. Do you know what I mean? So that used to be hard. He'd just stand on you when you're going through set pieces and stuff. Strong, very, very strong, very strong.
Yeah.
But there's been a few, but I've always tried to do my best. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
Yeah, it's all good fun.
Exactly. And it's the youngsters like Cam. Look, you're starting out, and what is the one thing? I mean, obviously you can give them loads of different pieces of advice, and of course you can. But what if there was one thing that you could sort of say to the likes of Cam and Patrick, who you could get them to take going forward wherever they play their football or whatever they do? What is the one thing that what would you have told a 17-year-old, 18-year-old self?
I think you only really get one shot at football. You do only get one shot, so just give it your absolute best. People say, I tried my best, but I mean, no, like really try your best, because you get one shot. So don't have any regrets.
No, exactly. That's true. And I think Steve says that a lot as well to the youngsters. Like this there might be that one.
I just think
this could be just that one chance. Let's hope it's not, of course, but this might be the one chance.
It might not go well for you on any given Saturday or Wednesday night or whenever you play. Do you know what I mean? But when you're away from here, you're training and what you're doing, looking after yourself wise, you can do that 100%. You can give that your best, and then hopefully come match day, the work's been done and it all comes good for you.
Yeah, exactly. And and I think one of the things again, we've got Gary on the side. I think we were going to see if we can speak with Jax, but I think he might have disappeared, Chairman Jax. But if you can see him, Jax, come along. But Gary, obviously, on the sidelines with Steve there, and you get a lot of the academy players in training and stuff like that, don't you? Normally, but again, talking about Gary as a gaffer, you've obviously worked under a lot. You've had a season with him in here now. He does seem to bring out the best in certain players, doesn't he?
Listen, I don't like to be too complimentary about the gaffer because it seems like I'm trying to sort of, get myself bits and pieces. But I've loved playing for him. I've loved it. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. It's just, what I needed really coming here. Do you know what I mean? Working for him, he's brilliant, and he gets players playing for him because of the human being he is. I've said that before. Do you know what I mean?
You can see that from an outsider looking in. I mean, obviously we're not on the playing staff, but we're quite closely involved in what goes on day to day. Seb more so than me, obviously, but he strikes me as he's a real sort of people person. And you almost want to play for him.
100%.
You want to. Clearly, you're playing for for yourself and for the club. But you've got to. There's that sense of loyalty from someone that shows full faith in you. And
I've had sort of certain captains through your career when you make a mistake or you lose a game or whatever, you feel like you've let them down. You want to win for them.
Yeah.
And the gaffer's exactly the same. You know what I mean? You want to really want to win for him. Like I've said this to a few of the boys and to Freddie and to people, like, to win something here with this group we've got would be so special because it's such a good group. It really, really is. Do you know what I mean? The spirit we've got is fantastic.
If we keep a big chunk of, and it's all speculation right now, clearly we're still in uncertain times, but if we keep the core of the team for next season, those Beavers fans that are tuning in now, I think we've got something quite special to look forward to. We really have. It's like
definitely, and hopefully, and for you as well, Jules. But hopefully, the Beavers fans will see, we'll be able to be here and behind the goal with Jules and giving them some grief and giving them some stick. And,
let's hope so. So. It's been, like I said, I've loved it here. It's just missing the supporters now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
And well, of course, Jules is local, and I think you remember when I spoke to you before. You chatted about your dad. You played again, far away.
Oh no! I thought we were going to see it again. We are going to see it again.
He's there.
Done incredibly well.
I was shouting. Were you around? Anyway, we won't talk to Chairman Jax.
Yeah, my dad's round the corner, so hopefully he can get in here sooner rather than later.
Did you want to come and do a little bit, Jax?
Well, I think we've probably got about 30 seconds by the looks of things.
But you could just. He's got a sausage roll and a cup of tea.
Thanks for bringing us some, Jax.
We'll speak to Jax. I will speak to Jax after the game and put it up on social media. Because I think, Oh, anyway, May the 22nd, very quickly. There's going to be a game on this pitch, and it's all going to be live, and it's going to be in our stream. It's going to be a game between two sides. The first team, A team will be managed by Gary McCann, and it will be a mix of current first-team players and... highly likely that the man to my left of me will be playing there. Staff, so we will see Freddie, we will see Fabs, we will see Mark Finley, maybe a Dave Smalley, a little bit of action as well. And when I say staff, that also includes myself. It also includes the groundsman Richard is going to be on the team, and a couple of others, against a team managed by Alan Dowson, which will be made up of a few ex-players. Potentially and very much provisionally, Leon Solomon, Michael Kamara, Max Kretschmar, Moussa Diarra, and a couple of others, and some, I will use the term celebrities or very cool people, influencers, maybe some social media people, some also people from our sponsors, a couple of comedians in there and the like. But look, we very much intend that some fans, certainly some season ticket holders, if we can, to be in this ground for that game. Obviously, we are very much beholden to all the rules and regulations that will happen. And this week looks like a bright start to a chance of normality. But we'll have to wait and see. But we will be putting out more information on that to celebrate the 100th birthday of the Beavers, which is technically May the 25th, 1921, when a group of guys in Hampton set up a football club. And but that will be the start of our centenary celebrations. But yes, that will be a game on the pitch before it gets renovated for next season. So that will be May the 22nd. So keep your Saturdays free, and we're going to have hopefully interviews and things like that with players and past and present, and like I said, influencers, celebrities, a couple of TV presenters into the mix. I don't want to give too much away too soon. That's a lovely little ball there to kick off the game in the second half here. And Spelthorne Sports will be looking to... But yeah, he's done well there again, Ryan. He's done well. He reads the game well, Ryan, the number 5.
Yeah, he does.
He does read the game well. And Hampton...
Yeah, it's a late tackle there by...
I don't know, was it? Yeah, I think
it looked late to me.
It looked late to you, but Matt's going to... Yeah, anyway, it's 3-0 to Spelthorne, who are looking like they're going to progress in the next round, but you never know.
I think I'm right in saying, Seb, we've got
a sub
here. I think Raz is off. If I'm,
no,
he's not.
Raz is on midfield. I think we've made a change.
17's on.
Dan Lewis has gone to full-back to replace Owen Marsh, who was... have I got that right?
17 is Ryan Suki.
Yeah, he's up front, and I think Owen Walsh is... Oh, it nearly like it might jump in. Tell you what, the young keeper there, he's a small but confident keeper. Look at Miles Tupper there. Oh, well done, son.
That's one of my many questions for Jules. I mean, obviously there's a bit of a goalkeeper theme to this commentary today, but you often see from time to time, Jules, keepers that aren't the tallest. You know, is that a disadvantage, or clearly, majority of keepers are sort of 6 foot plus, I guess you could say. But you do see a few. I mean, the 2 on show tonight aren't the tallest.
Well, do you know what? Like, this is something that, going back to my YTS days now, it was like you've got to be 6'1" to be a goalkeeper. It was almost you had to be.
Yeah.
I think the game's changing now, whereas back when I started, balls were out wide and crossed into the box all the time. That was the game. Whereas now it's a little bit more sort of the ball's on the floor a bit more and you pass the ball around. So I don't think it's as big a factor as it used to be.
Interesting. Yeah.
Saying that, if you're going up for a 93rd minute header,
David Amate here.
Being small might not help,
yeah, I was going to say, you can't do what Alan Julian did.
My wife just texted me, she went, you keep talking about that damn goal. That'd be the rest of my life, I'll talk about that one. But no, I think it's just a change of the game, to be fair. Yeah.
It definitely is, and I think
Amate has actually done himself some damage there, Seb.
Inside his own half, and done extremely well. Beckenbauer-esque, like I said. But David Amate's got that in his locker, there's no doubt about it. He's comfortable with the ball.
He looks like a player to me, Amate. He's just
player.
got that, he's got that sort of...
I think...
He's quite good on the eye, isn't he, Amate, to watch for me.
And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here. I think Steve and Gary, because he has done work with the first team, would like to see an improvement slightly in his fitness.
Yeah.
And that, again, of course you can all improve at that age, of course you can, but he's definitely got a lot of makings for being a very good footballer. And actually, we've made 2 substitutions now. Jay Hines has come on. Who's he? Oh, David Amate's gone in centre midfield now. So Leopard Smith has come off, Matt, actually. That's who's come off. David Amate in centre midfield with Will Goddard. So in centre defence, we've got Jay Hines, who's very comfortable on the ball. And actually, I've seen him. He's been involved in some first team training and with the first team and with Gary at certain stages. Again, there's a chance of progression for these. That's a lovely. So it's a good tip over there from Cam. Well done, Cam. Well done. Good tip. It was a nice shot. It was a tell you what, it was a quick turn and shot there from. Was it Flatman again?
I think it was.
He's got something about him, Flatman, isn't he? But yeah, so we've got David Amate in centre midfield now. He can play. Again, I think that's his comfortable.
Is that his actual position?
Well, no.
Because I mean, when he came on,
I asked Steve this earlier on, and he thinks he went on loan to Westfields last year and played right back as well. So he's got it in his locker. I don't know, Jules. I don't know if Jules has seen enough of him to know, but I think he's clearly very. I mean, I'm not just saying this. He was the best player on the pitch against Hanworth the other day. He controlled things in centre defence, lovely. I think he has got the makings of a centre midfielder in him. I think, obviously, looking for Hampton to be a bit more progressive and a little bit more combative in centre midfield is probably why he's in centre midfield alongside Will Goddard. But that's well defended by Spelthorne. Now, you have to give them the credit, Spelthorne. Oh, I was nearly commentator's curse, but they have controlled themselves well in the centre of in the defensive area, because look, and I think Hanworth, by their own admission, the manager at half time, was not impressed with the way their first team took the game to the academy, and it is hard, isn't it? But you can only play the team in front of you. But I think Spelthorne, to be fair, have done extremely well with. Maybe my first, to be fair, of the night, but I think they've done extremely well. Being clinical and ruthless, that looked like it might be a handball, but it wasn't. It was well controlled though from young Suki there, but he's just gone and the ball just run out of play.
I think it's been a pretty professional performance from Spelthorne so far, to be honest with you. As you say,
clinical as well, and
clinical.
God, it's a big thing for them to progress. It's a big thing for the Beavers if we wanted to progress in this tournament. Do you know what I mean? It would have been. Yeah. To win the trophy, or to progress further, or to get into the semi-finals or the quarter-finals are next, I think, would have been a big thing for this academy side. It looks like that might be beyond us, barring a drastic turn of events, and you never know. Football's a funny old game, as someone once said. But I could say, he's just been caught the wrong side there. Talking about reading, he does have a habit of.
He's done that a couple of times.
Oh, that's a lovely, and it's well claimed by Cam. Well done. Good cross that, but he's claimed it. He's claimed it well.
He's done very well. Cam.
Another short sleeve goalkeeper. I know Jules. Yeah. Have you always done that, Jules? Short sleeves on the shirt.
Since since probably 2006, 2007.
I was going to say since Barthez, but then Barthez was 98, so it's probably not that long. God, I've forgotten about him. He was a keeper, wasn't he? Bloody hell.
Yeah, he was a keeper.
Again, talking about small keepers, I mean, he wasn't exactly.
Well, that's right. Yeah, he was pretty small. Yeah.
He also dabbed hand with the ladies. I think he married Linda Evangelista, Fabian Barthez. There's your football stat or non-football stat for the day. Supermodel Linda Evangelista. But I suppose if you're playing goal for France and Man United, you've got
half a chance.
And you've got half a chance with the ladies. But yes, it's 3-0 to Spelthorne Sports here in the Middlesex Senior Cup. And thank you very, very much for watching. We've had between 130 and 150 all night, which is pretty good, considering there are some very big games going on. And actually, normally we would have checked our, obviously, FOTMob app, keen sponsors, not just keen sponsors,
good shout,
main sponsors of Hampton and Richmond Borough for the last 2 seasons and will be for our centenary season. Fingers
Never
crossed.
in doubt. Fantastic.
Well, Dortmund are 1-0 up against Man City, so that means it's level on an aggregate. Liverpool is still 0-0 at half-time against Real Madrid. And obviously, if you want to go as far down as possible, the FOTMob app can give you scores from all over the world. The Ecuador Serie A, Delphin beat CSD Macara. Ali and Al Nazar are playing in Egypt. Oh God, I thought the ball was coming towards me then. That's 0-0 after 26 minutes gone. But please download the FOTMob app. I'm not just saying that because they are sponsors and they support non-league football. It's a genuinely bloody good app. And for example, you can make your favourite players, your favourite teams. Obviously, make Hampton Richmond your favourite team, but favourite players. Jamal Lowe is my favourite player. So when I found out last night, notifications that he'd scored a goal again for Swansea on their quest for the Premier League. A man, if you don't know, and again, if you are listening and you are from a neutral perspective, Jamal Lowe, the current top goal scorer for Swansea and on the verge of the Premier League. Hopefully, he's not started his career, but certainly
his career took off here.
His career took off here before he went to Portsmouth and then Wigan and now where he went to Swansea. But what a joy it was to watch his progression, and we're very, very proud of the small role we had in his development here. And I think if there's a legacy of a youngster and a young player taking your opportunity and having your chance, and when you get it, taking it, and hard work. I mean, Jamal stopped work. Not everyone can do that, of course, but Jamal stopped work and trained full time by himself in the park. So, and what a wonderful, now he's scoring goals in the Championship for fun, and hopefully next season he'll be in the Premier League. Whether as a Swansea player I know we have a few Swansea fans that come and watch Hampton and Richmond Borough, so I hope it was with them. But if not, I imagine a few Premier League teams will be sniffing around him because he has been. Well, he's a goal scorer for Jamaica now as well. But we're very proud of Jamal's Lowe's progression and really hope that we can carry on and move into the Premier League, and that would be a wonderful thing to see because it was only, what, Matt, 3-4 years ago he was here, Jamal Lowe?
Yeah,
4
it was.
years ago? 3.5 years ago.
It would have been, where are we? Yeah, so 3 seasons ago.
And obviously a strike partner, Nicky Kabamba, who plays up front for Kilmarnock and has scored goals against Celtic and stuff. Again, that's great to see.
Yeah.
Who knows? Ryan Hill and Danilo, who are both doing really well for their National League teams. Who knows? They might be the next Hampton Richmond Borough players.
Well done, Raz.
Well, good tackle. I mean, strength there. You're not going to knock Raz off the ball very easily. But
Final ball again.
But anyway, it's Spelthorne on the attack now. Number 9, Chris Martin Thomas has had a good game. He's going to go for goal. It's a good block there. Well blocked from Ryan. And I do apologies for not saying his surname, but I cannot get it right, and I'd rather just, it's a lovely ball over towards Carvalho, but it might just go out and it might just be too much on it from Raz Coleman there. But yeah, I'll tell you what, 10 minutes into the second half, still 3. I'll tell you what, Matt, we missed out on the tees, didn't we? George, you missed out on the tees, didn't
Yeah, I
you?
must admit, usually, if Tracy Hathaway is watching this from inside the clubhouse, usually she does us proud on that
She
front.
does actually, to be fair, and I think she must be otherwise engaged.
She must be, yeah. We are out of practice, to be fair.
To be
couple
fair,
of
we are
couple of
but
months.
we will be back on May the 22nd, which is, we won't be back here for another Middlesex Senior Cup game, unfortunately. Unless things drastically change, and who knows? But yeah, but I tell you what, the players. Be interesting to see what Gary and Steve say. I mean, there's still a long way to go on this, and if we can get a goal and maybe a couple, you never know, make it interesting. I would say that we've probably been actually, and I think that the change of David Amati in centre midfield has definitely made it a bit more combative in there. And I know,
Yeah, I think he looks
in that
more...
gap, he's playing in that gap between the two. Actually,
Yeah,
so.
he looks more at home in that. He looks.
And maybe Zach playing a little...
he's playing in the
Razak
Kante
playing a
sort of
little
role,
bit
isn't he?
Deeper. So he's not just up the top, which at the moment is taken care of by Joe Suki, who his brother is also on the bench. Ryan Suki, Joe is on the bench. They're twins and they're very hard to distinguish, as I've found to my cost on a number of occasions. But Will Goddard still full of running on a yellow. Needs to be slightly careful, but you can hear Steve giving the instructions. And the other week when Hampton and Richmond Borough Academy played the Wimbledon Academy, one of the academy teams, it was certainly the younger end of Wimbledon's academy. And I have to say, watching the technical ability of the young lads in Wimbledon's academy was pretty impressive, even though Hampton and Richmond won 5-0. It was pretty impressive. But I sat behind the dugout in the second half, and Steve is always giving the players advice and always giving them, that's great defending again. That's Jay Hines, who's another good defender. But Steve is always giving them advice. If you're an academy manager, you can't sit there and have a go at them all the time. That's not what it is. Of course, there are moments when you have to pull up things. But anyway, Spelthorne have a shot, and it's well cleared by Jay Hines. But yeah, Steve and his team have always got the development of the players at heart. And
Bit of a breakdown in communication.
I think it was a little bit, yeah. But anyway, Spelthorne with the corner now, and what we are nearly 13 minutes in here. But Cam's very vocal as a keeper, so I'm surprised that on that occasion, even I know Steve mentions how vocal he is, and I think
game's gone a little bit flat.
A little bit.
Last few minutes, I think if the Beavers are going to get anything out of this game, we need to get a goal.
We very much for joining us, all of you. That's a nice corner. That blimey, it's at the crossbar. That's swung in, and those are tough to deal with when they're swinging in, aren't they, Jules? Even a goalkeeper of your standing, that would have fizzed in.
A friend of mine, young keeper I coach. So I chucked in one of our match balls the other day, and he was like, "Crikey, they're light." I was like, "Yeah, and they do travel."
Yeah.
So it's one thing that people that don't necessarily understand sometimes is how much movement the balls do in the air. But I won't bore you with that.
No, it's good. It's all insight. It's all insight. And he's just offside there, and the keeper's going to get it anyway. And again, he's up. But I tell you what. Oh, of course, and someone's rightly pointed out, actually, don't forget Brendan Kiernan at Harrogate, of course. Of course,
Yeah.
Jonathan, thank you very much for mentioning him. Yeah, I mean...
We've
yeah,
actually,
and actually
got a pretty decent track record. Like,
Yeah,
if you look at some of the last 5 or 6 years.
defending non-league...
Well, look at the Woking side.
Well, look at the Woking, yeah,
I mean,
exactly, yeah.
you know.
Exactly, and yeah. You're right, and Brendan, I think Brendan's played a couple more games more recently. I think he was injured for a spell, but yes, Brendan Kiernan's another example of... unfortunately, his last touch as a Beavers player wasn't one that he would like to remember, or any of us like to think back on, in the penalty shootout defeat, which I still hurts. But anyway, things happen for a reason, and it wasn't meant to be. We lost to Braintree, and
Me and Dino was at that game.
Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, we was,
it was one that
We went 1-0 up and looked really in control, and then and then penalty shootout. Anything can happen in the penalty shootout. Well, it's not a lottery as some people say. I think there has to be an element of practice, and there is obviously. Yeah, it was just a shame because didn't we score the first? I think we went ahead in the penalty shootout as well, didn't we?
I think we did.
But anyway, that was who knows? Maybe in a year's time, or a year and a bit's time, we might be in a penalty shootout here in the playoffs. And Jules will have to be keeping them out. And to be fair with Jules, your record on penalties this season, did you say we have phase 2 and save 2?
Dorking. Saved Dorking one, didn't I?
Yeah. And then I'm sure you... Oh, well, then you won the penalty shootout win in the FA Cup. Of course. I'm pretty sure, yeah. What I'm saying is we'd have Jules in
Try my best.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. And Gary's... What's happened there? Something wrong with the ball, I think.
I don't know if my lad, my little boy, he had a little penalty shootout for his team, and his team at Ashford Town under 10s. So he gives me advice of what to do for penalties. To be fair,
does he?
yeah. Little goalkeeper he is.
So he's a goalkeeper, is he? You're going to try and well, that's what you know.
I tried to talk him out of it, Seb. I said go up front, score some goals.
Yeah.
But he plays for Ashford Town under 10s, so and he loves it. They're a great little team. So
good setup there, and we played him in the pre-season friendly, Ashford Town, and
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and
that's
I
right.
do believe our intention is to do that again. I think there's a good setup there, and
nice.
Yeah, nicely. So come on, Mr. Coleman. Unfortunate there, unfortunately. A misplaced pass there from Razak Coleman. But hey, the game started a little bit, but I tell you what, Hampton and Richmond Borough get to go in the next 10 minutes, Matt. And
the difficulty is that we don't look like scoring, which is frustrating. Right. We just dare I say it, Seb, feel a little bit like we're out of ideas. I don't know. Maybe I always have to caveat these comments. Maybe I have been a bit harsh, but I can't see where a goal's going to come from right now. But the game can change quickly.
Substitution now for
maybe
the Beavers.
That might help.
Get a goal, isn't he?
Yeah, you get a goal. Yeah. Matt is always a bit of one of the harsher taskmasters of this. But
it's all about balance in the commentary box.
Who's going to come on for the Beavers? Miles Tupper's is gonna walk off. Yeah,
pretty quiet game, Tupper. I would say.
He definitely had some flashes against Hanworth. So Zach Bahari, who's been doing it, very fit, agile forward player, likes to play on the wing. Can score a few goals. Scored a couple of nice goals against AFC Wimbledon, actually. But Razak Coleman lays the ball out now to Alfie Shortland, who's played well. Jay Hines. Nice header towards Zach Bahari, who's decent, but it's well defended and well dealt with defensively. And
Well done,
You have to
Goddard.
say Spelthorne. Well done, Will Goddard. He's done well there, hasn't he, Matt?
Yeah.
Lays it off to Carvalho, who's overrun it. Oh, no, he hasn't. He kept it in. Sorry, it looked like he'd overrun it from my vantage point over here. Razak Coleman showing some nice nimble feet there to cut inside, but just he does overrun it on this occasion, and it's well cleared by Spelthorne. And David Amate winning the ball lovely, and he's done well this half. He's done well. He's got something about him, David Amate. There's no doubt about it. And Zach Bahari on the edge. There's some nice passing from Hampton and Richmond Borough here. Dan Lewis puts a lovely ball in, and it needs to be cleared there. It was towards Ryan Suki, and it needed to be cleared. We'll give a shout out. Chris Ballard's asked for a shout out for Tom and Billy for Spelthorne. There you go. That's a decent enough shout out. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Still up to around 141. Be nice to get a goal, wouldn't it, Jules?
Yeah, like I said,
We've done all right the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think we deserve one. I think the boys deserve a goal, to be fair, for the way they've played. And then, like we say, if it was a final game, you get one. Well, how long to go?
Yeah, exactly.
We've got half a chance.
And set pieces are a thing that Oh, the referee's having a chat here with a couple of players. May have heard Steve Bates over there. Not quite as loud as Gary McCann can be on the sidelines. But anyway, the corner, Hampton and Richmond Borough swung in.
Yeah, he's pulled the same players. Same two players.
Give a penalty.
I mean, it's a baffling decision. I don't know what he's actually given, but it's a classic case when a referee pulls two players to one side, talks to them, and then when the game... I don't know what he's given a penalty.
He has given a penalty.
He's given a penalty to Hampton.
Yes, well, there you go.
He was
talking about football being a funny game.
The same two players.
No one really knew, to be fair, but he had a word with those players, and the other player ended up on the floor. Jay Hines ended up on his feet, and the referee's given a penalty. And they can't... I mean... The referee's a lot closer than me and you, Matt, and you can't say you weren't warned. He wasn't warned.
Well,
so
no,
either
precisely.
Way. 66 minutes, David Amate is going to take a penalty here, and maybe, just maybe give the Beavers a bit of hope. And that's a good save from the keeper, to be fair. David Amate, and maybe not on this occasion. That's a shame. Beavers deserve that there, but it's a good save from the keeper, that, isn't it, to be fair, George? From the keeper's perspective. Yeah, he's gone to the corner.
Great credit to the goalkeeper.
You've got to give credit to the keeper there.
Save.
Of course you want us.
He's got up and jumped on the rebound, to be fair. So fair play to him. He's made a fantastic save.
Yeah. Because, for the size of him, he's got into the corner well, hasn't he? Anyway, never mind. It would have been nice. I think it would have made it a bit more interesting the last few minutes, or the last 20 minutes or so. But fair play, the keepers look solid. I mean, from the first 20 seconds, remember when he kept Carvalho's chance out, so he's been at it, fair play to him.
Yeah, I've been impressed with their goalkeeper.
He's
done well.
I mean, I might be casting aspersions here, but he looks more one of the younger players on their team, it has to be said,
Confident with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Zach Bahari nicely.
I think he's looked... I've liked the look of him all game.
The number 3?
Yeah, Connor Lee, I think his name is.
I mean, he's no Kyron Farrell. That's a
great ball, yeah.
Jay Hines' touch there has just taken that away, I think, from the on-rushing. I think it was number 7 for Spelthorne there.
Yeah, I think he looks... I think he looks like a player. I really do.
Gary will be keeping an eye on things, I suppose. But Gary, there's not much that Gary doesn't know. Oh, sorry, the keeper is definitely over 25.
Oh, okay.
Is he really?
Thank you very much, Joshua, for letting us know.
Fair enough.
I mean, I tell you what, maybe he's just a stature, and we've But yeah, I tell you what, well, he's got bags of experience, the keeper, Matt, and I think he showed it. And it looked like Spelthorne, the ball's gone over the... No, it looks like a handball or offside, but anyway. He's actually one of our older ones. Thank you very much, Joshua, and apologies. We did ask for I did ask for.
We are quite a way away from him, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that's why. But he's looked good, and yeah. And again, it's a shame, Spelthorne Sports and Hampton Richmond Borough were carrying on playing for a certain time. Obviously, Spelthorne Sports were part of the tiers that shut down, and what a shame for all non-league football clubs, but especially the ones local to us. They're not far, are they? Spelthorne Sports. And
hopefully.
in fact, like we wwent to the game, the friendly in 2018. Not the friendly, the Middlesex Cup game, which
the
Beavers won.
Yeah.
Daniel Uche.
Daniel Uchechi.
Uchechi, sorry, Uche, not Uche. I don't know why I'm thinking of
Imran Uche.
Imran Uche, a graduate of the Beavers Academy, one way or another. Joshua does look small. Thanks for he does look small, but I have to say he's very comfortable and composed, and he's rounded it off with a great save on the penalty. But where's that Coleman? But Hampton Richmond Borough on the battling hard here against a decent and clinical and ruthless Spelthorne team, and well done Cam there. He's running backwards. That was a hard thing to
difficult
to
ones.
deal with that, wasn't it?
Difficult
ones.
He
was
Waite's going backwards. Yeah. He's got his feet sorted.
Lovely touch from the left back there from Spelthorne.
Made a good save.
I mean,
he's a good little player.
Jules, I mean, obviously you can only tell so much, but he looks like one of their better players. Connolly, the number 3 there, the touches and going forward as well. I know, and okay, you could argue he's against academy opposition, but I think you can only play a team in front of you. And,
of course you can. Yeah. And exactly.
I think the other day he certainly looks more adventurous. But yeah,
that's nice.
That's a great little back heel. That is
good play.
That's a really
shown
worked.
Some good passages of play, to be fair.
They have, haven't they? And yep. There's some good love here for the keeper, Henry Paul, in goal, and he deserves it. He deserves it tonight. He's looking cool and composed whenever he's been called upon. No more so than the penalty. But yeah, Hampton and Richmond Borough knocking the ball about nicely there. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. You're asking a lot of Dan Lewis there to keep on running. Yeah.
Right
but
idea.
We've got 20 minutes, and I tell you what, Hampton and Richmond Borough aren't giving up here, are they, Matt? And that's good.
No, they're not. They're not.
And I think that's a lovely. It looks cool. I tell you what. Well, that's for my boy again, number 3 again, isn't it?
Yep.
Mind you, if you're looking at left backs, we were pretty well stocked last year in that department. And we arguably, and the rumour has it that Mr. Karen Farrell has been making the most of lockdown in terms of his fitness.
Has he really?
Yeah. Jules, you played behind him. Again, obviously, Dean Inman and in centre defence, and obviously Charlie and Luke when they were fit. But in the left back, Karen Farrell, we've got a good, not just going defensively, but going forward, he's done well there.
Beautiful left foot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has got a beautiful left foot.
Lovely left foot.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, he's one of the best left backs at this level. Yep. I'm a Hampton fan, but I just think he's got everything. He's a really well assured left back.
It's a nice touch from flat man there.
As a back 4, listen, Kai, we're speaking about Kai, but as a back 4, I think strong right across the board. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do. Coxey fills in at right back, Luke, whoever's played, do you know what I mean? Charlie, Dino, Miles when he was here, Kyron left back,
Miles was good, wasn't he? Miles?
Yeah, done really well.
He was good.
Done really well.
Has Bowman gone back to...
No, Miles Anderson.
No, Anderson. That's what I was thinking.
You're thinking of Bowman, the goal.
Was it Weymouth? Was it?
Yeah, I don't think he's been playing. Unfortunately,
whoever come in last season, it was a pleasure to play behind him. It really was.
It's a lovely shot, and a Flatman trying to go for his hat trick there, and who can blame him? But it's well taken by. Yeah, it was and that obviously, how many clean sheets? We kept a lot of clean sheets, didn't we?
Yeah, we got 10. Yeah. So, but it was a pleasure to play behind him last year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it again.
But then I suppose when you're playing, when you've got such good defenders playing in front of you as well, you just got to switch on because you can. It's ruthless, isn't it?
Do you know what? I will give them all the credit in the world because they made it a lot easier for me.
Go on, Dan. Taking that well, Dan Lewis, but
as a unit, I shout a lot at them.
Oh yeah. If anyone,
do you know what I mean? I shout a lot at them, but listen.
But communication is key, isn't it?
No, they were great. Whoever played, they were brilliant.
David Amarte there. Twill Goddard tries to set Cavallo free, but it might just be a bit too much on it there. A little bit of frustration there, but 27 minutes. No, not 27 minutes left. Sorry, 17 minutes left of this game here. The Middlesex Senior Cup, it very much looks like Spelthorne Sports will be going into the next round. I don't know if the draw was made already or that, you know. Matt, let's have a look at the FOTMOB app, shall we, just to see what the scores are in the big one. If you are, as you know, thank you very much for joining us instead. Man City have got a goal back. Mahrez has scored a penalty, so it's 3-2 to them on aggregate, and Liverpool are going to need to do something in the last half an hour to get that 2-goal deficit against Liverpool. Jules, you're a Chelsea man, aren't you?
Yeah.
And as is Matt, actually.
I've always liked Alan Julian.
The guys to the left and right of me are Chelsea. Are Chelsea going to win the Champions League? Actually, so is Gary, of course. Gary is a Chelsea.
I mean, you could argue we're probably favourites right now. I mean, the way we're playing is...
maybe a PSG might have something to say about that.
Well, yeah, but I fancy it.
It's been done already, hasn't it? You know you're going to play, don't you?
Yeah, we've got Real.
Liverpool. At the moment, Real.
Yeah, assuming Real beat Liverpool today, which I assume they are still winning, are they?
It's still
On aggregate,
Liverpool got half an hour to score two more goals. Sorry, number 16 has come on for Spelthorne Sports, which I don't know if we've mentioned at any point. But I tell you what, game played in good spirit though, Matt. You know, that's good. And Spelthorne.
It's been quite an entertaining game, really. But
yeah,
I think Spelthorne have been very disciplined. You know, they've knocked the ball around. They've been critical.
I don't know how many games they've had to play in recent months either. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
They certainly won't have played loads. You know, they might have played a friendly on Saturday. If any Spelthorne fans know that, you know, we're all starting.
I mean, you can tell by the pace of the game has dropped off quite a lot over the last sort of 5-10 minutes. There's no doubt about that.
Done well there, defender, but also done well Ryan Suki to put him under pressure, and that's going to be
bounce.
Just a reminder as well, we'll put it up on our social medias. Jules is doing 400k, isn't it? Cycling 400? No, 800k, sorry. I've done him a disservice. He's cycled nearly 400k already, but he's doing 800k for the neonatal unit in
St Peter's Hospital.
Yeah. And so we'll put that up on our social media. So please, if you can, as a little service for they put this on for free tonight. So if you feel like you want to chuck some money some way to say thank you very much for the commentary, which I hope you've enjoyed. We've enjoyed doing it again, Matt. Disappointing one aspect for Hampton Richmond. Disappointing scoreline, should I say? I've been impressed with Hampton Richmond. They've battled and they're still battling, and and it's not been easy. 2-0 down after a short period of time, but they have not given up at any point, have they, Matt?
Absolutely not. No. And
that takes a lot, and it's easy for us to say that sat here, but when you're playing against a team of, made up of men, to put it into practice as well has been nicely taken there from Dan Lewis.
He's had quite a good game, Dan Lewis, actually, hasn't he?
Yeah. Like I said, we've seen him on the terraces, haven't we, a couple of times? I don't know if we'll see any. I don't know. I mean, if I was to pick, someone said that there's been a couple of bubbles. I said, look, I mean, for me, I think the best player of Hampton in this game has been number 5, Ryan, number 5, for me. What are you saying?
I think that the best player.
You're going to go for Bellard, aren't you?
Let me have a think. Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm going to get this right. Yeah, I think that Goddard, for me, I think he's had a good game in there.
Oh, he's done him there. No one. I mean, you don't like to. I mean, you do like to see that. That's nice play from Spelthorne, and class is starting to tell a little bit. But I tell you what, they're defending well, and it's good blocking. That's Will Goddard blocking it, and he's blocked it again. There you are, Matt.
There's the man.
Yeah, and again, not giving up though, are they? Because that was a good move from Spelthorne, but you're not. Because it can be hard, Jules, when you're, and I know probably you feel this less so, but being in goal, but. We play any level of football, and you're playing with any team, whether it's with your mates. If you're losing 3-0 and there's still 20 minutes on the clock, it's hard, isn't it?
Oh, it's really hard. And to be fair to the boys, they've responded well, Seb.
They have, haven't they? They're still going for it, aren't they?
They really have. Credit to them for that. you know, it can be quite easy to go sort of the goals come quite a quick succession, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Drop their heads, but they haven't. They've had a good go second half.
Yeah, they have. And
good for them.
yeah, and I think they're outstanding. I think Chris Martin-Thomas, the forward players for Spelthorne, Chris Martin-Thomas and Flatman have obviously been very good. But I'm with you, Matt. I think their left backs defended extremely well and looked great attacking.
Yeah, Connolly's look good.
Tell you what,
Flatman's had a good game up top.
It would
Men's
be
had a good
interesting
first half.
to find out the ages of
yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah.
opposition.
Well, we thought the keeper was
Yeah.
very young, and it turns out he was over 25. So we'd be asking for ID in Tesco's, Matt. Won't we?
If I'm Gary, and I'm not Gary, so he probably won't do this now. I think there's a couple of lads here that you could have a look at. I know that sounds a bit over the top, but I mean, if these are young lads.
Well, again, you're talking about opportunities and stuff like
Well,
that.
this is it.
These are opportunities.
Yeah,
for other
exactly.
players
And
rather
that goes for both sides. But there's one or two that you sort of think,
No. No, we thought we were going to get someone's asking. Hampton Richmond Borough 0, Spelthorne Sports 3 in this Middlesex Senior Cup, and looks like Spelthorne Sports are going to progress into the next round, despite the best efforts of the Hampton Richmond Academy players, who have done extremely well and acquitted themselves well. And I tell you what, they're not giving up. Go on, Razak. Go on, let's get someone out of nothing. Oh, good block. Good block there from... Oh, crikey. He's put that deep, that's fair to say, ain't he? And Dan Lewis, who's done well, actually. Again, he's done really well. He's playing... He's played centre mid first half, and he's played right back, and he's been up and going. And Zach Bahari's brought a little bit, and I tell you who's done quite well. Number 17... Ryan Suki, or is it Joe Suki? This is the one I'm going to get in trouble with the Suki brothers again. But yeah, it's been an impressive performance from Spelthorne. 100. How many have we had watched? Cool, 145 still going. Thank you very much for watching. It's really appreciated. Thanks to Dave and thanks to Archie and Mark for their brilliant services. It's been much appreciated. It looked like he might have been offside, but Carvalho's trying to make something happen there. And the Beavers still going to the end, but I tell you what, end to end, Spelthorne Sports are on the attack. Oh, Dan Lewis has got it and got enough on it, and Cam's done well there. Jules, you've got to be happy with, forget the second goal.
Yeah, but listen,
I tell you what, it's all learnings, and he's done well again, hasn't he?
He's done really well, Cam. I think he's done really well. He made a fantastic save.
He did
in the first half.
He made a couple of good saves, didn't he?
Quick off his line a few times. Handling's been good on a few tricky ones down by his feet. He's been superb.
So Jules will be chatting to him. Training. When's training again? When are you back in, Jules, next with the lads?
When am I back in?
Monday,
it'll be Monday. Yes,
Monday,
that's right. Yep, Monday. Yep.
Tell you what, a little bit punchy on that, but Jay Hines is. I tell you what, they don't look. Him and number 5 Ryan look very comfortable on the ball, and
yeah,
you know what? Probably a bit more too much punch on Chris is 24. Chris Martin Thomas. I'm guessing that is from Sharif K there. No. So what have we got, Matt? So Matt, we're in a minute. If you've been watching and you want to suggest a player of the match as well, please let us know. Well done. He's my man of the match for the Beavers.
He's had
Ryan.
a good game.
He's dealt with most of the things that's come his way. Unfortunately, the goals have come from the wings, and good tackle, Dan Lewis now, and Hampton Richmond Borough still going.
Dan
I'd
Lewis
love the boys to get a goal here.
Yeah, go on
then.
Let's get one in.
Love the boy. I tell you what though, Jules, would you say that their number 6 has done extremely well on Raz? As you know, he's pretty. I think he's
He's
done that CDM role pretty well, to be fair, hasn't he? Oh, well played, Dan Lewis. Trying to get it and flick it off towards that Bahari. Back out to Dan Lewis. Dan Lewis has played well. Fair play to him. Well done, Dan. Oh. Drilled it across. Player of the match. We've had a couple for number 9 from Spelthorne, Chris Martin Thomas. I'd agree with that. He's looked pretty sharp, I have to say.
I thought Flatman did well.
Yeah. Flatman did go well. He probably itching to get that 3rd goal, wasn't he? So,
5 to play.
There you are. You might be able to see on the board there the Jolly Coopers back in the Beavers on top. Yeah, one of the local hostilleries that opened its doors on Monday, and you please book ahead if you do want to go there and have not just a lovely pint but some great food. Dan Lewis there. I mean, it's not high foot if he puts his head down near, isn't anyway. We've seen him given, haven't we? I suppose.
Yeah, refs do tend to give those.
We've seen him given.
Test of the fitness now, Seb. A lot of tired legs out there.
Yeah, well, you say that, Matt. I haven't seen that much evidence of that so far. Oh, he's not got the ball there. That's the first time, just outside the box.
Just outside, is it?
Just outside the box, and that's the first time he's gone to ground. And he went to ground. Honestly, in the first 20 minutes of the game against Hamworth, he went to ground about 5 times, and Steve was furious. And he hasn't gone to ground tonight, I don't think.
No, there was no
on his
need
tackles.
to go to ground there at all.
I think to be fair, he's one.
He could have stood his ground, and as I say, it's all learning.
But yeah, 4 minutes to go. Spelthorne are going to look for a 4th goal. In this Middlesex Senior Cup, they will be making it into the next round. I've got to say huge thank you to Archie and Mark George for their fantastic camera work once again. And Dave Rees and everyone for the feed. We can just sit here and talk, and it's pretty easy for us, isn't it, Matt? Or not, if some,
Here's the man, Connor Lee.
Connor Lee has absolutely rifled that through.
Now, I mentioned that there was a couple of players out there. If Gary's not having a look at him, then
well, again, but that's a great finish from Connor Lee, and we're just going to see a replay now. Put the tin hat on his very good performance. The wall. Well, what's happened there is he's one of the Spelthorne players has stood just to the side and moved out the way, and it's gone through the gap. And with such the pace that he put on it, because it is
he looks only a young lad as well.
Yeah. Is he only a young lad? Is he, Connor?
Well, he looks like it, but
we don't know.
Yeah, we're not very good, seemingly, on ages. So
Will Goddard's done extremely well there, tidied up in midfield. But yeah, 4-0. I don't think it's been a 4-0. I think it's probably been a 2, maybe a 3. We should be 3-1. 3-1, I would say, because I think the penalty should have gone in. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It's the boys have done themselves proud tonight, and they're still going till the end. 4 good hits for all 4 of their goals, Matt. Really? Let's
4 well taken goals.
Well taken goals. You might have asked questions on. I know he's done well. I'd tell you what, great block from Jay Hines, but yeah.
No, I think there's no doubt about it. The best team have won this game. There's no question.
Yeah,
but
and this is professional and
it's professional performance. But the academy lads, they should be really, really proud of what they've done.
I think that's the thing.
It's a big game for them. There's some of these players they're playing against have got lots of experience, and they've done the club proud. To be honest,
they have done the
really
club proud actually. And again, that's a sign of the times, isn't it? The academy players having fulfilling, due to the first team being on furlough, so the academy players have had to fill in, and they've done the club proud, and I think Steve should be very proud of how they've done. And I hope Gary's been impressed with what he's seen as well. And again, it's all learning and development, and Razak Coleman breezing through, and he's just done a lovely he was fouled there, and he's just managed to get the ball to Suki. David Amate trying to make amends for his penalty miss, but David Amate's had a good game as well, centre midfield, and that's another good ball from Will Goddard. I think he's played well, Will Goddard. Oh, it's a nice little flicked header from Zach Bahari, and it's unlucky. Robin, thanks very much for enjoying it. Robin said thanks very much for putting this on. Not a problem, Robin. We've enjoyed it, to be fair enough. We've enjoyed the very good performance from Spelthorne Sports, and we wish Spelthorne and everyone connected with the club all the very best in the next next round of the Middlesex Senior Cup, and hopefully go on and win it, and and maybe have something at the end of this truncated and horribly aborted season. But yeah, David Amate still going. Okay, cool. Well, and just here and there, we're going to have replays of the goals straight after this, of the goals. But yeah, it's been good, and thank you very much for joining us.
It's cold, I'll tell you that.
It's gone cold. Yeah, it's gone cold. We missed out on our tea at half time, didn't we, Matt?
Yeah, we did.
Anyway, I haven't even had tea yet, Matt. Have you had any tea?
No.
Crikey.
No.
We haven't even talked about biscuits this time. So normally we talk about biscuits, but yeah, I have to say, well done to Spelthorne, and a professional performance, and played in good spirit, and some good performances and it's been a good. Matt, it's football. The floodlights on at the Bev, and it's been a game of football.
That's what we want to see, isn't
and
it?
we've been able to share it with you, and that's great. And thanks very much to Archie and Mark, again for their camera work, and Dave Rees for their fantastic stream services. But Spelthorne looking for a fifth in the closing minutes here. Jay Hines looked like he made a block.
I think
There they are. Yeah, it's yeah. Jules, final word, not nearly final word as we approach injury time, but yeah, final thoughts from you in this, and thanks very much for joining us and giving up your Wednesday evening. But yeah.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, mate. Thanks for having me along. Listen, I'd like to stay positive on it, do you know what I mean? We haven't dropped our heads, we've kept going. And
as we say that, I thought he was going to have
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to finish on a positive. Yeah, it's disappointing when you lose games, but I think there's been, we haven't dropped our heads, we've kept going, we showed some nice bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And it's a learning process, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It is, yeah, it is very much so. And some of these boys will be with us next year. Some of them, there's a 2-year course, so some of them will be with us. We have a 3-year course now as well. So again, if you are watching this and thinking, I'd like my son or my, I know someone who might want to play football. We've still got vacancies for next year. Please get in touch at Hampton. I think the academy manager at hamptonfc.net. Just go on our website, please, and double check. But yeah, it's a great setup here, and there is progression. You will train with the first team players, with someone like Jules, who hugely experienced keeper and talent. So, and Gary will have you. If you're good enough, he will have you playing with the first team on a Tuesday and Thursday night. But there's the final whistle, and I tell you what. It's been a great game, and hopefully the next time we will have the cameras back at the Bev, which is the 22nd of May for the start of the Hampton and Richmond Borough centenary celebrations. Keep an eye on social media and all that. Yeah. Jules will be playing that, I think, as far as I know, and he might even be having to pass the ball out to someone like me in right back. We'll have to see what Gary wants to do on the team selection wise, but yes, we might be on the same pitch at the same time at some point. But yeah, it's going to be a team managed by Gary McCann and a team managed by Alan Dowson, and hopefully fans will be in, but we just don't know yet. We can't say. We are planning for fans to be in, and we want fans to be in, and we want you to be back here at the Bev. Yeah. So and anyway, we're going to we should have a quick review of the. We're going to see the 4 very well taken goals for Spelthorne, aren't we, Matt? Really, to be fair. Yeah, they've done. Thank you very much. They've done extremely well. And Steve and Gary is going to have a word with the players there, and they can hold their heads high.
Absolutely.
And I think it's it's been a pleasure, and I've enjoyed it, Matt. We've enjoyed being back.
Yeah, it's been nice. It's got all of a sudden it's gone absolutely freezing.
It has been freezing, but
as I said, the players should all hold their heads up high. They've done the club proud. Yeah. I think we're just cutting to the. Are we cutting to? No, we're not cutting to the.
Straight away here. So remember, this well played. And this was a
he's
very
through on goal. Carvalho's through on goal.
Matt, this could have been a
Straight away here.
very different state of affairs.
And that's well played. And he's through on goal. Carvalho's through on goal. He tries to lift it over the keeper, and it's a good save. My goodness.
Who knows which direction the game would have taken? But hey, it's all if buts and maybes. But I think it's fair to say that Spelthorne did extremely well. And here's Spelthorne's first goal here. And again,
it's a cracking ball through here.
It's a cracking ball through. It's a cracking finish as well.
But anyway, Spelthorne are through and gone. They've just scored.
It's just a good finish. Sometimes you have to say.
And the quality of that finish shouldn't be underestimated because he's taken that very, very quickly.
And talking about good finishes, the second one, I think he means this.
But it's well headed here by number 5, Ryan.
He spotted the keeper slightly off his line. Because I think he tried one a little bit before this. And it's gone far, it's gone right in it.
I think he has meant it.
If he has, he's really, really overhit that cross.
Yeah.
And here's.
And then we had the free kick from Raz, didn't we?
It was another opportunity for the Beavers that didn't dip quite enough, unfortunately for the Beavers.
Yeah, just slightly over.
Just
frustrating.
Not that. And they got a third. They got a third goal just before.
He is trying. And that's what
half time here. And again, it's another good. It's another good. Oh no, this is it's a good clearance again. This is Cam came out a couple of times, didn't he? And cleared his lines really well. Yeah. And like Jules said, you've got to just come and get the ball and get things going. Spelthorne third goal here, and again it's a bit of a mistake here before that, but mistakes are made, and it's good. It's another good finish. It's in the far corner, and Flatman did extremely well for those 2 goals. He didn't get his hat trick, which he was close to getting, and the boys could have very easily. I don't want to say, the fourth from a set piece, because there were a few blocks and they were putting their lives on the line.
I tell you what, fantastic!
It's a great
tactics.
finish.
If you look at the fella that was in the wall,
they've used the wall well, haven't they?
Yeah,
Anyway, Jules, thank you very much for coming, and thanks very much for joining us, and thanks very much for your stories. And I don't think we will show the Billericay goal again. But
no, not anymore.
Anytime.
Next time you come on, we'll have it ready and primed.
Hopefully, Jules score one for Hampton sometime.
And Jules will hopefully, Jules will be here on the 22nd of May along with some first team players and along with some former players as well, and some former famous names as well. So please keep your eye out on social media for that. But thanks very much. We will say goodbye, and thanks very much to Mark and Archie up there on the cameras, and thanks very much to Dave Rees. And thanks very much for joining us, all 150 of you. It's been much appreciated. Up the Beavers.